Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, I'm tired. Welcome back to another episode of Three Can Play Podcast. My name's Shamik. I'm joined by two of my good friends. We got Nick P, Brad Crably Crab. I'm running on 4 hours of sleep.
Solid.
It's the morning edition.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have Family Day today up here in Ontario and
True,
parts
yeah.
of Canada.
Yeah.
Isn't like Ontario and like BC?
Morning.
Something
You know,
like
for like normal people, this is the middle of the day, but I'm not a normal person, so.
quarter after 11. Yeah, this will be like a few hours.
I've
into
been
the
awake
morning.
for a few hours already.
Hey, you're messed up.
Well, actually, like
I would love to
5.
be awake when he's up every day.
At
That'd
6 a.m.
Yep, that'd be my perfect life. Like go for a run in the morning, come back, go to the gym, start my day, productive energy.
Yeah, but then you fall asleep at like
Why would you
8 p.m.
Why would you leave your house, go for a run, come back to your house, and go to the gym? Why don't you go run to the gym?
Hey, my order was a little messed up there. You're
Just
probably
saying.
right. No, you're right. Makes more sense to run to the gym, but the gym's right across the street. But I mean,
Yeah.
I could do like a
Let's
lap
do
or
a lap.
something. Yeah. I
Or
feel
run
you.
at the gym.
Just run
I
right
don't.
at the wall.
I hate running on treadmills. True, I could do.
Yeah,
that.
treadmills, they're bad for your knees too.
I don't have any knees, so
That's unfortunate.
yeah.
Do you squat?
You need some. Get it? It's funny. Thank you. That's it. That's all I got for today. That's my contribution. You guys take away.
Usual.
Wow.
I'm just on fire today.
Yeah. So what's up, boys?
Not much.
I had a a late night rant about League of Legends last night when
You
it was
did,
like
yeah.
5 a.m.
And then I memed on your ass
I
afterwards.
saw.
I didn't
it
understand
was,
the meme, but sure.
Because you were saying that they just sell like
Oh,
hot
yeah,
girl
yeah.
skins, so I linked the KDA skins and I linked the Star Guardian skins, and then I also called you sexist, and I linked Tarek, Graves, and Lee Sin with their shirts
Yeah.
off, shredded.
I saw it was both him and Joe like wrote a fucking essay, and I was like, I know what it's gonna be about. I'm not gonna read it. They suck at the video games. End of story.
I read it all because it was fun.
I didn't read it all. My brother wrote mad because bad at the end.
I
and I'm
faxed
like,
that.
Yep, facts.
Yeah, as soon as I saw somebody else fax it, I'm like, yo, I'm down.
that was me.
Had to
Play
be
the
done.
game. Don't let the game play you.
Don't hate the player.
There's no game to play. It's just bad.
It's not bad. You're just bad at the game.
I'm not bad. by
So
most
here's my
metrics.
question for you. I'm
better than average.
You've
in fact.
been pretty negative on League for a while now.
Yeah, I've been playing this game for like
Why do you still play? Video games are supposed to be a fun pastime.
because
Yeah.
I hope like DayZ, like Star Citizen, like Halo, that one day the future can be better.
So how come you don't just take a break from it, and then if it changes into that game that you want it to be, come back and play it? Why play it through the lows and put yourself through that if you're not having fun?
Because you still keep your skill up. You learn about the game. It's not like it doesn't
Okay.
do anything for you.
Yeah, that's fair. I was just curious.
Yeah.
So basically, mad because bad.
TLDR.
TLDR.
Sure. Sure. Whatever, dude. Like, meme on me all you want.
Oh,
think
I will.
The game's not fun, or like it's not fun to watch for me, or play.
Then don't play it.
Yeah, but it just gets me thinking about like what an ideal MOBA would look like. You know?
I get that, but I mean, like, if it's really not that much fun, like, I understand you wanting to keep your skill, but like, if you're not enjoying it, like, why? Why not do something else with your time?
I don't have anything better to do. That's why.
It's only a game. You have to be
Why
mad.
you have to be mad?
I'm not mad at other people or anything. I'm just mad at the game, the people who make the game.
So you are mad at other people.
I'm not mad. It's just like I just wish the game had gone one direction. It's going some weird ass direction. 200 years, by the way. Apparently, that's a good meme to say.
It's a meme for people who don't understand affiliates, but sure.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Some like Riot employee, they were like talking about Aphelios, and he's like, you know, our team has a combined 200 years worth of experience. I'll take that over like Reddit's ideas on how a champion should work, and then every time Aphelios like wins a team fight, it's like 200 years, by the way.
True.
So.
No, my problem isn't with champs or anything like that. I think my problems with the game are more deep seated than that. Pacing, macro vision, stuff like that.
But hot skins, dude.
There's no hot champions in League of Legends.
Have you seen Tarek? Armor of the 5th age, my dude.
2 out of 5.
Pool party graves.
2.5 out of 5.
Anyways,
The hottest.
Pool party Renekton.
He's
unless
worse.
you're into that kind of stuff, I
Yeah,
don't think so, man.
No.
You guys are messed up. Explore a little. That means a vanilla.
Vanilla's the life for me.
Nah.
Like what's that guy's name from 21 Jump Street? Missionary. Remember he's like
Oh yeah.
what's the character's
I
name?
can't remember his name, but I know exactly what you're talking
Giving
about.
the captain high five. Or it was 22 Jump Street maybe.
It was the second one, yeah.
Yeah, that
Was
was
Was that 22?
That was 22, where he
Yeah.
found out he was dating the captain's daughter,
Yeah.
and he was just like making all these things about it, and then the other guy's like, "Oh shit!" He goes off like dying.
Schmidt was his name?
Schmidt, yeah, who? That's
Schmidt
who Jonah.
Fuck the
That's who Jonah.
captain's daughter.
N-
No?
Yeah, no, Schmidt fucked the captain's
yeah,
daughter.
yeah.
I can't remember who Channing Tatum played.
Yeah, I mean,
You mean Channing Tatum?
Yes, Channing Tatum.
Much better.
yeah, that's how I feel about League of Legends.
Yeah.
Missionary.
Fair. Aram.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. All modes are ARAM now,
Yeah.
so
See, that's the end game for me. That's what I've wanted all this time.
disgusting.
This is my meta.
Because no one knows how to split push.
No, there's no point to split pushing.
There is a point to split pushing. It works when the 4 or 3 don't take fights and just play the lane and farm and be safe.
We
while
live
you
in somewhere called North America, Nick.
where the other 2 players push up and put pressure on. Then once multiple players go to one side of the map, that's when you make your move.
Yeah, unfortunately, we live in a for-fun region.
Anyways,
Sorry, don't get me talking about this.
What have y'all been playing?
Yeah,
the past
Good
week?
transition, Nick.
Let's pump this up to happier thoughts.
Shadow Pixel Dungeon got an update, so I'm playing that. It's okay.
I'm
It's a
just
pretty
kidding.
sleeper game for some people. I can understand. Some people don't have the patience for it.
Yeah.
Um,
Calling me impatient?
Yeah.
Accurate.
You see, you still play Batman Arkham Asylum?
Dude, that was like 20 years ago. Like, get over it. I figured it out eventually.
I'll never let it
You ever
down.
played
I just wanted to run in and keep hitting them, alright?
Thief?
It wouldn't let me.
I feel like you would not like that
You
game.
would fucking die.
Thief? It's like a roguey. Like I think you've played it, right? You mentioned playing it.
I've been wanting to play it, but there was a remake of it, but I don't think it was that great.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It sounds familiar, but I can't.
It's like about being a thief.
Thanks. Maybe that's why I've heard of it. Yeah, Games for Gold. What about it? You
Like
think-
if you really want to explore that side of like the slow-paced, like stealth game, try Thief.
I mean, I literally can play stealth games. It's not
Oh,
like I don't
okay.
have an ability to
Okay,
play
my
them.
perception of you is just
Yeah, you guys live in this. You guys live in this like world where that's all I do.
It's just I just did the meme on you.
Yeah,
no, that's how I
the
literally
15-year-old me played like that.
That's
That's
how
for sure.
that's how Sean actually thinks of you. I just did the meme on you.
Yeah, I literally think that you're just Rambo all the time going.
I mean,
like
sometimes.
you're worse than Nick and an Atlas is what I'm saying.
Dude,
Which is why I don't get you.
Careful.
Like I feel like now I understand why you don't play Garen
Dude, Garen
because
is
you're not that person.
boring.
But Garen is a dude where you're just like
You literally push a button and then just right click
Alright,
as you're
fair
spinning
enough.
on somebody. There's no like interaction with his
Yeah,
champion.
that's
It's
true.
so
The
boring.
interaction is watching your enemy's health bar drop to 0.
True.
Yeah, but there's no like outplaying. Like there's no like you don't have to reposition, right? Like you're just you're just slowly spinning.
You're
Like, there's-
positioned by flashing behind the enemy
Yeah.
and Q them.
So you can
he's
throw
so
them,
one dimensional. He's so boring.
drop the sword from the sky. It's the sickest.
Yeah.
That's the
Like
sickest
his
ult.
ult is sick. I'll give you that. But like his actual like the way he trades in lane and the way he just you fight with him, it's just there's little to no actual interaction. It's like scripted what you're gonna do every time. Like there's no like with some champions you have like you have your 3 moves and your ult and like you don't there's not like there's not like a certain order you have to do your combo in every time to get a good trade off, right? With Garen there is. You literally Q onto them, silence them, and then E on their face and
That's
hope
not true.
that they
You
don't
can
damage
like
you.
EQ. You ever tried an EQ? It's like where you spin first and then they don't
And
expect
then
to speed up.
so you do an E,
Yeah.
and then they have a dash, they just dash
Yeah,
out
but then
'cause
you
they're
can
not
Q
silenced.
to speed yourself up.
You're not
and
gonna catch them though. Your Q's not that fast.
kind of fast. Not you're right. It's not that fast.
Like
But
you know what I'm saying? Like there's like one thing you do with Garen, and that's why I find him boring.
fair.
But
It's
I like
not because
Garen
of his
because,
like go in, because I like champions that go in, but like that's why I play Renekton. Like he's a go ham like early game champion, but like there's multiple ways to utilize him and use his moves in certain order, and
True.
like using the different ones for different empowered that make it a little more
Yeah. Fair
you
enough.
know different per lane phase kind of thing. But
What were you about to
anyways,
say?
that's another ramble.
Or is it relevant? Doesn't matter.
Shattered Pixel Dungeon.
Sorry?
She's been playing Shattered Pixel Dungeon.
Yeah, I didn't get the Xbox out
Okay.
because I don't know why.
Dude, there are so many games. Just pop that subscription in.
Yeah, I have to like
Tomb Raider, Ori.
find the will to live first. So we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Monka is.
Moving on from that, Brad.
Yeah. I haven't played anything new, although that will change very soon because there are quite a few hooligans who I know.
I don't know if they'd be called hooligans. More like just loving, caring best friends.
This is true. Well, for anyone who doesn't know, I had my birthday party yesterday that I did not know about, and many of my friends went above and beyond times a million yesterday and threw a crazy party, and then on top of that decided to give somebody who's not good at receiving gifts a fucking PS4.
What does it mean that you're not good at receiving gifts?
I'm very bad at like I'm just like my grandmother on my dad's side. I'm very bad like when somebody gets me a gift, like I'm like it would like
He won't let someone pay for like a $10 movie ticket for him.
yeah, I'm like why would you buy
what day for him?
A $10 movie ticket.
Oh, true.
Yeah, like I don't like people spending their money on. I don't know. It's a whole like thing I got to work through. But like I'm not good at receiving gifts or having people like treat me to stuff.
Sure.
So then when I freaking see a gift at a party that everyone's already thrown for me and it turns out to be a goddamn PS4, you guys are actually insane. But all that aside, it is freaking a dope ass gift. I have said many times about how many games I want to play and I wish I could play them if I had a PS4. So that dream has come true. And you guys are part of this. You got me the bundle with Uncharted Uncharted Last of Us Remastered, which I'm definitely going to replay because I want to play that game again leading up to the second one, which I can now get on launch, which is just like so freaking sick. And then you guys got me Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition, which has is it Frozen Wastes?
Something like that.
Yeah, DLC. And then I also got God of War. So I've got those games to play. I also have a game that I bought from my Switch I haven't started yet. I'm not saying yet because I want it to be a surprise. So I have that to play. Actually, 2 games from my Switch that I have to play still. My brother gifted me all 3 Metro games yesterday for my birthday.
Have you ever played a Metro game?
I played 2033 like 3 hours. I got to like the part where you're in like a very open, like you're in the subway tunnel, but you're in like a multi-layered, like there's like a bunch of different tracks and train cars that are
Sure.
I don't know if you remember that part. Years ago, but he got me 2033 and Last Light Redux, which I think they're just like HD remasters, right?
Something like that along the lines
And
of
like
that.
performance is up. They don't actually like add anything. And then he also got me Exodus because it just recently came to Steam. So I have all 3 of those games to play. So yeah, I don't have anything new this week, but for like the next year and a half, I'll have like a new game to be playing because my friggin' backlog just grew immensely.
When you're done those 3 PS4 games, I will lend you mine because I beat them all. I'm not going
That's
back
true.
to them.
You have a friggin' bunch of them I still need to play, like Death Stranding,
Spider-Man.
Uncharted 4, Spider-Man.
You definitely need to play Spider-Man and Death Stranding.
So many games. The one game I have been playing, or I guess 2 games, the last couple weeks, my cousin and I have been doing some nostalgia, playing some old GameCube games that we used to play as we were kids. And him and I had gone through 2 Towers and Return of the King, these Lord of the Rings games. I don't know if I think we were talking about, you said you've played them before. I don't know if you played them.
Never.
But they're basically just like this third-person RPG light, just like action game where you go through like epic battles throughout the movies and you can play as like a few of the different heroes. You level them up and get like different moves that are combo based, and it's like a lot of like the cutscenes in the game are like from the movie, and it'll like transition between the movie and the game, like graphics and stuff like that. It's really cool, but it's mostly just like huge nostalgia for Jay and I, who are like absolute massive Lord of the Rings fans. So he's come over once a week the last 3 weeks, and we've gone through 2 Towers and Return of the King. And man, those games are just still like so much fun. Like I know I've got the rose tinted glasses on going back and playing them, but like it just like I just want more Lord of the Rings games playing it. It's just a fun beat 'em up, playing as like the awesome characters from the movies. And I loved Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor, and I really hope that their success like makes more Lord of the Rings games come out, because you know, those being the new ones and then going back and playing these as like the old school ones, like they're just so good. So yeah, just been playing some fun beat 'em up or slash 'em up Lord of the Rings games. And that's been me.
Just playing a lot of League. Just doing a bunch of stuff there.
What sort of stuff?
Um,
Have you ventured into ranked yet?
no, 'cause I don't want to. I can't go in alone. I'll get
You
like.
wanna-
It's the only way to go in, really.
But duo queue, then you risk going up against another duo queue.
I'm fine with that.
Oh,
I
okay,
just need
fair.
someone there to like bounce my sanity off them.
That's fair.
Because if I bounce my sanity off of nothing, I lose it and go insane.
That's true.
Just don't tilt.
I
Easiest thing.
There's a guy who wrote like a rant today, like fueled
Yeah.
by pure tilt.
That wasn't tilt though. That was logic.
Oh.
I haven't played League in days. That was just out of nowhere because I was watching LCK, and just like disgusting.
Weren't you in a game like
Nope.
yesterday?
Didn't play a game yesterday. I don't
Or
think
2
so.
days ago?
Yeah.
I literally
No,
pretty sure I
am-
saw
I
saw Acclimator in game like Saturday.
Sure, yeah, but like I haven't played in a while.
I mean, it's Monday.
Compared to them.
It's Monday
Yeah.
morning.
Like I play every day usually, but I haven't played in day or in at least
So,
Like,
so
quite
taking
much.
like a 36-hour break is a while.
yeah for me.
That's not good.
all right.
Whatever.
Anyways, and then I hopped back onto Division 2 because some
Oh, I forgot to mention that.
new stuff came out, and I forgot how much fun I had in that game. And I stopped playing for a long time, so like all the content that came out all in year one is all there sitting waiting for me to play for the first time.
Why'd you stop playing? You had so many friends who owned the game that could play with you.
Nah. Ha.
I shouldn't have said that.
No,
Being on
you
the
should've.
same couch as him, I'm in hitting range.
Anyways,
I appreciate you for saying that.
I got back into the
Thank
game,
you.
and
You hit up
I-
all your friends in your friends list, right?
I was given a level up token. I was like, why I need this for my level 30? But I used it just because I want to see what happened.
Yeah.
And it brought me to like max gear score. I was like, oh, okay. So
Oh, that's sick.
I don't need a
It
fucking.
just brings you to max gear star.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I was at like 200 something. Now I'm at like 500, which is the max at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck yeah, I don't have to worry about
Yeah,
grinding
yeah,
to get to the next part of the game now.
Nope, nope.
Which I'm like, okay, whatever, sure. I don't
Does
care.
Destiny do that when it gives you its level up? Does it give you max light?
No.
Mm.
They have not max light. They had like a thing that would get you max level, so you could play the new expansion. But they revamped how the levels work now, so I don't think those are around anymore.
True.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, playing Division 2. They add a flashlight attachment to your pistol in the game, so I went and got that, which is awesome. Makes dark areas much easier to traverse through. They added in a rocket launcher and a flamethrower signature weapon.
You have a flamethrower?
Yeah,
Oh shit,
So I
that
got a
sounds pretty
I
dope.
have a
I was
flamethrower.
gonna say, there's no
I'm
way you
using the
said no to
flamethrower
that.
now.
Tell me if this makes sense. In video games, I'm always kind of scared of using flamethrowers.
Why?
I don't know, because I don't want to get caught on fire. Fire's hot.
You-
That's literally the opposite of Nick. If there is anything with fire,
Yeah.
he's all over it. I remember when World War II came out. This guy got the incendiary rounds for his shotgun.
Oh, yeah,
he
I
was
remember
like
that.
screaming like hysterical laughter as he was igniting his enemies. It was terrifying.
It was so much fun.
You ever like done the lighter and
Yeah, I
the yeah.
have.
Okay.
I
That
am
shit's
too
scary.
comfortable around fire. Let's just say that.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Let's
fair
go
enough.
with that.
Nick is gonna
World's
be an
deadliest
arsonist.
arsonist.
Yeah, exactly. In the making.
But yeah, getting back to that, going through all the new content slowly, and just getting ready for the new expansion, which we'll talk about later. But yeah.
And there's some. Are we gonna talk about like tag?
Oh, the reason why I got back into it because along with the title update 8 coming very soon, as well as the expansion coming very soon, actually March 3rd, I think.
Oh shit, that is really soon.
It's early March, I know that for sure. They want everybody to be able to get into the game, but they didn't want to go to free to play model. So what they did is that the base game is $4 everywhere.
Yeah.
$4 for like an entire year, like the entire base game, plus all the year one stuff.
Oh, we got all the year one stuff too.
Yeah, all the year one stuff wasn't locked behind DLC. It was just locked behind. It was time gated to free, like people who just bought the game and people who bought the year one pass.
So it was just to like roll out, so there was consistent content throughout the
So
first
like
year.
for
Okay.
me, because I bought the year one pass, I got the signature weapons and the missions like when they released. While as the people who didn't buy it had to wait to get the missions and have to do missions to get the weapons.
Okay.
Do you feel upset
About what?
that it's $4 and you paid whatever?
No, I'm happy with $4 and the more people can fucking buy it and play it.
The good news is a lot of these friends
Yes.
who didn't venture off with you in the beginning have now purchased it. I
Yeah.
am one of them.
Fucking
Ethan is one of them.
finally. I
Uh,
know Mark bought it too.
Mark bought it. I feel like somebody else
My
did.
brother bought it. Andre bought it.
Andre, that's right. That's who I was thinking. Yeah, Andre got it. So,
If we can get 8,
how many can you party up with?
4,
4. Okay.
but you can do 8 for a raid.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an 8-player raid.
That's pretty.
Pretty
That's pretty dope.
Fucking dope.
Yeah, I'm excited because like I didn't jump onto Division 2 when it came out, not because I didn't believe in the game or didn't think the game was fun, because I played it when they had their beta weekend, but it was just like I was super busy with Destiny, and it's like, trying to balance 2 looter shooters and like maintaining my gear score, and I was like, man, like I don't know if I'm really like committed to doing it, but I still like loved what I played in the first game and just doing the storyline. So the
Yeah.
fact that I can get the whole like first game for $4,
Yeah.
even if I never touched Endgame, which I probably will because I'm gonna be playing with you guys, but even if I never did, $4 just to play the story is like an absolute steal.
The thing is that if you enjoyed the level 1 to 30 experience enough in like the base game, if you buy the new expansion pack, it gives you a level up token. So it will level you up to 30 and then bring you to max gear score, which will then allow you to go to the next area.
Yeah, so I can beat the whole campaign, then get
Yeah.
that token, and then
Yeah.
get ready for the new expansion. That's
So you don't
cool.
have to grind all that gear score just to go to the new expansion.
Yeah, I can just start it right away. How much is the expansion?
It's like $30 something.
That's not
It's
bad.
not too bad.
Yeah.
You do any Dark Zone stuff?
I don't like the Dark Zone. I don't like the in games like these. I don't like the PvP aspect of the
What do you
game,
mean by games like these?
like Destiny, Division,
Okay.
all that stuff. I don't like the PvP stuff very much. I want my game to just be like, I'm going around with my group and we're gonna fuck up some enemies and like just run through missions.
Fair enough.
I don't enjoy the PvP part because of sometimes there's some PvP builds where it's like, oh, I'm dead in one hit, whatever, or like there's some weird dumb glitch that
yeah.
like makes your head pop around the corner and you can't see stuff like that. I'm just like, I don't enjoy that part.
Okay.
I don't want to like go into PvP and be like, oh, I lost because I don't have a certain exotic weapon or certain gear set.
Makes sense.
So like I like that it's separated and you can get good gear in both the PvE area and PvP area.
My favorite part about Division 1 Dark Zone was that it was scary.
I'll go in the Dark Zone if like I'm playing with people and they want to go in and be like,
Isn't there better loot in the Dark Zone? Or does loot not matter in Division 2?
no, loot does matter, but I'll explain later on like how it
Okay.
changes Dark Zone when we talk over what happened in Division 2. But if I'm playing with people that want to go to Dark Zone, I'll be like, yeah, I'll go with you, but I'm gonna fucking suck.
True.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to carry
True.
my ass.
Fair enough.
I'll be the healer.
I'm here for the ride.
I'll be your healer. I'll drop the medkits and shit like that. But yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm definitely gonna be playing more Division 2 because like I can't bring myself to play Destiny 2 at the moment. I feel like there's nothing for me to do. I'm not enjoying this season's style of model.
Mhm.
I don't like that.
Sucks.
So
It's good that you have another looter shooter you can
but
fall
we're
back
actually
to.
there's something we talk about with Division 2 in a bit about seasons as well, unfortunately.
Yeah, I saw in your notes when you put in brackets, like,
Yeah.
fuck you or something. I was like, oh, spicy.
Yeah.
By the way,
So
that note thing, genius idea. Having like a collective like just note thing like that anyone can contribute to. We should do one of those.
well,
But,
actually,
like that's another conversation.
you guys could just view it because I was like, you guys
Make it so like I can comment or something or edit.
you can't add comments to it.
We could.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
There's a
Can I edit it?
No.
Whatever. that's
Go
fine.
and delete it all? Oh, what happened? No, I'd never do that. That'd be so rude.
But yeah. Anyways, getting into the news now.
Yeah.
A few items to talk about and my handy dandy
I'm excited for the
Yeah.
game.
the game.
Then you have the game today too?
What game?
Your game.
Oh yes, my new game on the
Yeah.
show. Okay. All right. So up first on our news cycle here. This one's actually pretty interesting because it's Disney inviting game developers to tell original stories to popular franchises, reported by the Hollywood Reporter. So Sean Shoptaw, Senior VP of Games Interactive Experiences at Disney, says that Disney's opened up their vault of franchises to video game developers. Which
What franchise? If you guys were video game developers, what franchise would you touch? Would you like to get your hands onto, if any?
well, now that Disney now owns what was previously known as 20th Century Fox, now
Yes.
just 20th Century,
Huh.
they own all that.
Sure. So
So stuff like Did I write it down here? No, I didn't. But like they got like the Simpsons. I'm like one of their Simpsons.
Dude,
games
Hit and
there.
Run 2, please.
They
What's-
have a
I have
whole
never
bunch
played
of
Hit and
stuff.
Run was Simpsons
Yeah.
GTA, and
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
yeah.
actually one of the most like fun games. Yeah, see, Ethan knows. It's
Yeah.
such a good game.
So at the 2020 DICE Summit, which just happened recently, he said, "I'm here for one specific reason: to empower you to do really unique things with our catalog." The executive told the crowd of game developers, "We want you to tap into the power of creatives across the industry." And he gave examples as like Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Marvel Spider-Man from Insomniac Games. Like he used those examples like, shit, people actually make good games of our properties. We should
Yeah.
do this more. Because they don't develop internally anymore, they're just gonna outsource all like, hey, here's our franchise and go have fun with it kind of
Which
thing.
is what you should do.
Yeah.
There are people who are more qualified than you and more creative and more passionate about the video game side of this that can turn these IPs that you have, this property, into something beautiful, like you said, Spider-Man and
Yes.
Fallen Order. Like, look how many awards Spider-Man won.
Yep.
And people will say it's one of the best PS4 games, which is a praise in its own because of how many good PS4 games there are.
Yes.
So it's like, dude, Disney, you own half the freaking world when it comes to entertainment.
Yep.
Let developers make these games.
Because now we have like Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix making that Marvel Avengers game, which I still have my doubts about, but we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah, I'm excited, but you know,
Looks cool.
my
Well,
expectations are still
And Square Enix also has that relationship with
Low.
Kingdom Hearts, right? 1, 2,
Yeah.
and 3, and the other fucking 5,000 games they made. stuff like-
2.8,
I also think like
360 over 2, whatever the fuck that one
if
was.
they really open it up to like anyone who really wants to make games, I think people have to be prepared to be disappointed with certain
Yeah,
titles.
not everything's going to be a
Yeah,
masterpiece.
which I think is hard to do today because gamers like to get mad about stuff.
Really.
So like I think if you open it up to a lot of people, it'll mean that there's going to be a lot of different kinds of
Yeah.
stories and stuff coming out, and not every game is going to be for everyone. So
Yeah.
just chill and just take it as they come, kind of thing.
I think it'll be really cool to see like
I agree.
all that material.
It kind of reminds me of like the Star Wars expanded universe, like the
Yeah.
old stuff. Like not every trilogy or novel or series was for everyone. People disagreed, didn't like certain things,
Yeah.
but you could find what you liked.
The interesting thing with this though is that I bet you Star Wars games will still have to be canon.
Yes. Yeah, well, EA still has exclusivity on Star Wars, but
Mhm.
other developers are invited to come and play with the other franchises. They still got Marvel is like open to everybody, as we can see from like
And there's
Square
so
Enix and
many cool
Insomniac having
stories
it.
with Marvel that haven't
Yeah.
been touched yet. That
or
would
like
be
their
cool.
or like own original stories like Marvel's Spider-Man, where it's Peter Parker 8 years after becoming Spider-Man.
Mhm.
He's a more mature Spider-Man and Peter Parker, and he's already defeated most of the villains he's had, and it's just like it's more personal story in that one, right? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it'd be cool to see like maybe Ubisoft will tackle a game, be like, hey, here's an open world fucking I don't know, who's a superhero? That'd be
Gambit. I would love a Gambit video game. A noir.
Wolverine.
Wolverine's boring. He's just a strong dude who can die.
That's true.
also gotta
I
think.
can't argue. With
Also
that.
gotta think like, because Disney's very protective of their IPs. Would they allow someone to make a Wolverine game but rated M for mature? Because
They better.
made a Wolverine.
What's the point of this if you don't
made
let
a
people
Wolverine
really?
game and it's not like like he's not cutting people up and there's not blood. It's like then what are you actually making?
I mean, it doesn't
Yeah.
like
What
that
was
stuff isn't
Fallen Order?
necessary.
Fallen Order was T.
Teen, probably. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't think that stuff is necessary, but if you
No, but
can't
it-
explore like stuff that creators want to explore, then what's the point of
Yeah.
doing all
My
this stuff?
my only issue with that is like the comics and stuff don't shy away from
Yeah.
blood. And if that's the source material, I understand what Disney is, but like let the games or whatever, it is, honor the source material. Like don't
Yeah.
edit it out. Like you don't have to make everything kid friendly. Like I understand Star Wars targets a younger audience, because it initially, especially the prequel trilogy, was very targeted at children for selling toys and stuff. So I understand you want to make that accessible to everyone, but like if the source material, like Wolverine, is M with gore, don't edit that.
Yeah.
Honor that.
So yeah, it'd be pretty cool to see. Like, obviously, we're not. There might be things in the works already that we don't know about it.
Mm-hmm.
We also
Wolverine's
know.
pretty badass, by the way. He's not
Thank you.
boring. Yeah.
Obviously, we know of like the Avengers game already being developed, coming out later
Yep.
this year. But and there's still like Kingdom Hearts, which is still apparently doing things and still actually a viable franchise for Square Enix somehow.
Every time I hear Kingdom Hearts, my brain just turns off.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
That's-
just run.
That's really where I'm at with that.
Just
video
run.
game
Resident
series.
Sleeper.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. Just run away from it.
Don't tell Robert.
Not tell Robert. But yeah, who knows? Like things might, if there's already things in the works already, but like it'd be cool to see like different companies going to Disney and pitching games and like then making their game and then being published by who the fuck knows, right?
Mhm.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's on
Hidden
to-
Run 2. That's number 1 on my wish list. Rockstar Games, make it happen.
Oh God.
Can you imagine if Rockstar did that? That'd
Yeah.
be so sick.
Anyways,
Anyways,
on number 2, Rainbow Six Siege coming to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Crossplay is in the works from Windows Central. So Ubisoft plans to bring Rainbow Six Siege to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series 6 on launch day, while also hopefully delivering crossplay and cross-platform progression soon. So like we have another confirmed game for the next generation consoles, right? While it's probably one of the best competitive first-person shooters you can play on console.
it still blows my mind.
Yeah.
Like where this game is.
Yeah.
Compared to how it started. Like I know we've talked
I
about
thought it was cool
before,
when it came out.
but like it was dead on arrival.
Yeah.
I never played it, but like you hear
Or-
everything, like the player
I mean,
base
yeah.
and now this game is going so strong that it survived one generation. It's thrived, not even survived. It's thrived in one
Yes.
generation so well that its continuation and support has made it such a good game that it is now a launch title on the next one.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah, so I want that. They want target launch day release on both next gen consoles. Leroy I'm gonna butcher his name. Athanasov, game director, tells
Nailed
Windows
it.
Central, "Why I can't give you a date is because those dates are in the end on the people doing the next gen consoles." He stated, "What I can tell you is that we are going to be on the consoles from launch. They will be released when they will release on the consoles, but it's up to them to agree to that. For Siege, our target is to be available right at launch, so they want to be there day
Cool.
one,
Yep.
Yeah.
like as fast
But
as
they
possible.
can't reveal those dates
Yeah.
until the developers
Obviously.
or Microsoft and Sony come.
They also
Uh-huh.
consider the process of crossplay between the console and PC, but input disparities raise considerably more challenges. I don't think there will be any console crossplay with PC. The only way we could do that kind of stuff is by letting you do that if you want to. By default, you're always with console, but if you want to match these players, you have to have better matchmaking or whatever and get your ass kicked by keyboard and mouse. Up to you, right? So like it sounds like they don't want to do they will do crossplay between like Xbox and PlayStation as long as Microsoft and Sony allow it, but between PC and console, that's not gonna happen. They just because like we don't think it'll be fair,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Which like that's fair.
I like that it's opt in. You can kind of choose if you
Yeah,
want
if they
to.
do it and it's opt in, it's like you can opt into it, but be warned, you might get your ass handed to you by mouse and keyboard.
Yeah. And it's interesting because, you hear the argument, and it varies from game to game, but I know with Apex, there's been a lot of complaints about the mouse and keyboard versus controller, and the fact that a lot of people are saying that the aim assist and stuff for controllers is too
Same-
fine-tuned.
Same with Fortnite. People saying like with Fortnite, if you use a controller, you actually have a leg up on people with mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, because
I
the
feel
aim
like those
assist
games
is
aren't
so
precision shooters, anyways, right?
Yeah.
They're not really about accuracy.
and that's why it's like I feel like there's no way to balance mouse and keyboard versus controller.
No,
You're
really.
either going to have aim assist lower where the mouse and keyboard precision just wins as long as that player is, skilled enough,
Mhm.
or aim assist is going to be too fine-tuned where you have to be shroud to keep up with people who are really good on a controller. And I like maybe this is like the developers saying like I don't think we're going to find this balance. Let's just keep them separate. And by him saying that mouse and keyboard would dump on controller, it makes me think that their aim assist probably isn't as friendly or ridiculous as Fortnite is.
I don't think. Okay, that might be true,
I
but I
thi-
also think it comes down to accuracy. And it's a game like Siege, like you can shoot someone on the body, and if they headshot you lose the fight, right?
Yeah,
That is
Siege
true.
is more closer in terms of like gameplay to CS:GO than it is to
Yeah.
like Apex or Fortnite, right? So
That's true.
Your precision shots count more than they would anywhere else. So you want to aim for the head as much as you can.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, that's a fair point too. Yeah.
Another thing they want to do is they want to bring cross-platform progression, also known as cross-save. So like they mentioned in the article, like if you want to move from Xbox to PC, you can do that without losing anything you got on the Xbox.
I fully support this. I love that this is becoming a thing where you have an account that follows you wherever you purchase the game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's not linked to that one version of the game you bought.
It's like, yeah, I bought the game twice, but like, why would I want to regrind everything?
Exactly. That's the thing. Is if you've literally given the developer your money 2 times over,
Yeah.
you should at least be able to have your same progression.
Keep your time.
So,
You
yeah.
have to reinvest.
Because if
the same
anything, that
time.
just shows that you're dedicated to this game and you want to be,
Yep.
you want that to be reciprocated back to you. So
Yeah.
I'm happy about that.
Nice. Number 3. State of Decay's 2 next free update is a huge overhaul reported by Polygon. So Undead Labs is bringing the
That
game.
game isn't even out yet, is it?
State of Decay
Mhm.
2? It's been out for a while.
On Xbox.
What's the game?
And PC.
What's the free running game?
Right.
The
What's
what?
the game in which it?
Dying Light 2?
Okay, wrong, different game.
Is,
Wrong post-apocalyptic game.
Okay.
Undead Labs is bringing the game to Steam as well as updating the game to the Juggernaut Edition. So it's basically updating the game as well as making a lot of overhauls. So improvements include graphics, audio, quality of life improvements to the tutorial. It makes base building more clear. They're cleaning up the combat and smoothing out legacy runs, which I have no idea what that means.
Legacy runs.
It will
Sounds
include all previous expansions, including Heartland, which brought you back to the map from the first State of Decay, which is pretty cool.
I own that game. Never played it.
Okay, you're missing out.
He did.
State of Decay is
True.
a pretty cool game. Some of the new stuff they're going to bring into Juggernaut Edition is a new weapon class, new world events, new variables, a new map set in the Pacific Northwest, and new weather effects like fog. So yeah, pretty massive update to already established game and coming to Steam as well. Like, it's not just like, oh, here's a game on Steam. Like, here's a game on Steam, and we're making it better.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me. Microsoft is, with the release of MCC and Gears 5 on Steam, it's showing that their PC titles will, aside from their own Windows store, that
Yeah.
Steam will be the location. So I'm not surprised to see another one of their own games dropping there. State of Decay's always been that game where I've looked at it and been like, I'm interested to try it, but I'm not confident enough to put the money down on it. And I've also a bit of zombie fatigue. So
True.
I played a lot of those games. So I'm like, it looks good, but I'm kind of over it. So I've never actually tried it, but it's always been on my list of watching. So I don't know. Maybe if this gets
Is it
really,
a survival game?
Yes, survival-ish game, yeah.
yeah, maybe if it gets super, good reviews with this new expansion, it might be something that I throw on the wish list on Steam.
Definitely,
And see.
I think it's on. I might be on Xbox Game Pass. I might wait till the Juggernaut Edition comes out and then download it and try it again.
That's true.
This new update.
Yeah,
It's
good
supposed to
Game
make a
Pass.
whole lot of things better, especially at the beginning of the game.
Yeah,
So I'm excited.
and
for
it's
that.
a co-op experience, right?
I believe you can play co-op. Can't. Ethan shaking his head. I don't know.
Oh.
We'll figure it out later.
Okay, yeah.
Anyways, on to the next one. This is my favorite. This is actually my second favorite story of today.
I don't understand this at all.
So
What
the
are you
dice
shaking your head?
awards happened recently, and it's basically another award show. They have different awards, but it's all developer based, so all
Okay.
developers won and stuff. So
Yeah.
we're gonna reveal the game of the year in a second, but I want to talk about game of the year of the past 20 years.
Okay.
So
Okay.
1997, gold
At the Dice Awards?
at Dice Awards.
Okay.
So sorry, who votes on this? Just
Developers, I believe. Yeah,
and it's a pretty wide
I think
variety
so.
of them.
Yeah.
Okay,
Swedish
So
developers?
GoldenEye
What's the best
007,
Swedish games?
97.
Okay.
one of the best shooters ever. made.
Ocarina of Time, 98. 99, The Sims. 2000, Halo 2. 2001, Halo
Wait.
Combat.
Wait, sorry. Try that again.
2000, Diablo 2.
Oh, you said Halo 2.
Sorry, that's
I
I.
was like,
I
that
read-
was 2004.
I read 2001, 2002, some accident. Okay,
I
so
was like, what?
2000, Diablo 2. 2001, Halo Combat Evolved. 2002, Battlefield 1942. 2003, Call of Duty. 2004, Half-Life 2. 2005, God of War. 2006, Gears of War. 2007, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. 2008, Little Big Planet. 2009, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. 2010, Mass Effect 2. 2011, Skyrim. 2012, Journey. 2013, Last of Us. 2014, Dragon Age Inquisition. 2015, skipping that year. Sorry, no, I'm not kidding. 2015, Fallout 4.
Let's go.
Skipping
Let's
that
sorry.
year.
Can you say that one more time?
2016.
No. What was 2015 again, Nick?
2015, Fallout 4.
Yeah, that's right.
2016, Overwatch. 2017, Breath of the Wild. 2018, God
Overwatch.
of War.
All right.
So I'm
Okay.
noticing a
This list is
theme
scuffed.
here.
It's all pretty big games.
Huge games that
for-
are very.
Well, other than Journey, but Journey is absolutely fantastic. I suggest you all play
Is it the
that.
desert game?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
absolutely amazing.
All right.
2019's Game of the Year. Developed by Panic, published by House. The Untitled Goose Game won 2019 Game of the Year.
I don't even know what this game's about, and I just hear about it all
You're
the time.
just a goose that trolls people.
True.
It's hilarious and it's fun. Also on Game Pass, another game you can play.
What's great about that is that on Twitter, the publisher's like, we won. Thanks.
Yeah. Like, not to dump on the game or anything, but like you look at this list and then all of a sudden just like out of freaking left field it's like, hey, Goose Game is now the best game.
One of my favorite pictures is that it shows the list and shows the goose in the game and has the award like pulling it away.
Of course.
Like, it's so good. But also along with Game of the Year, Untitled Goose Game won Outstanding Achievement in Character and Outstanding Achievement for Independent Game. I mean, the second one, yeah, I get, but for character, I'm like, you play a goose.
Yeah.
I mean, congrats to them. I don't want to take anything away from them. I think Untitled Goose Game is a pretty fun game. But there will be like a little black spot on this list for years to come. It's like, hey, these are all great games, and then you had Untitled Goose Game, but that's gonna suck. It's gonna suck for them, right? Because like, but congrats to them still.
Yeah, and I mean it's
Sure.
publicity.
Happy for them. Maybe they'll get more funding on the next game to make
Yeah.
something better on Untitled Goose Game Part 2.
Titled Goose Game.
Titled Goose Game. That's what they should call the
True.
sequel.
True.
But yeah, this I saw this and I was like, wow, that's fucking.
It is a great game.
That is hilarious. That's hilarious. It's hilarious and congrats to them at the same time. Anyways, on to the bulk of what this news segment will probably be. So we mentioned a lot of Division 2 in the beginning, and then we're talking about what we're playing. Recently, the Division 2 was teasing something. They teased their expansion, which is Division 2 Warlords of New York. Comes out March 3rd. So yeah, right about March 3rd. Also along with up to 8 the same day.
Say Warlords of New York.
Warlords of New York. So the little blurb they have is the Division 2 is heading back to where it all began in the Division.
Is it gonna be winter still?
No, it's summertime. The world began in the Division 2 Warlords of New York, a narrative-driven expansion that brings the action from Washington, D.C. to the summery streets of Lower Manhattan. Coming March 3rd, Warlords of New York features a new open-world map for agents to explore, along with a new story that puts them back on the trail of the rogue Division agent Aaron Keener, which I'm excited for because like they tease
That
Aaron
name makes me
Keener.
laugh.
Huh?
Aaron Keener.
This makes me happy because like
Keener.
all through Division 1, like, they tease this guy Aaron Keener as like this big bad rogue. First
He was like
wave.
the first agent, one of the first agents.
He
on
was
the
the
scene,
first
right?
first wave agent that went rogue because he felt
But you
like,
didn't know that at the beginning. At the beginning, he was like, "Oh, he's gone missing," and then you find clues to like figure
yeah,
out
you piece it together.
yeah.
You find out that he's gone rogue and he's like this big bad that they like mysteriously teased all throughout Division 1, but you never got to actually like face off against him. He's always at like 5 steps ahead of you. Like, shit, I fucking want to get this guy, but I can't. So it's really cool that like they're bringing back what is like a fan favorite villain kind of thing
Mm-hmm.
and making him the sole focus of this expansion. Whether we defeat him in an expansion or not, we'll have to see. I feel like he's too slippery for that to happen,
Yeah.
but who knows? So this takes place 8 months after the outbreak, same as the base of Division 2. Agents are called back to New York after a biological attack hits Lower Manhattan, and it's your job to hunt down the man responsible, Aaron Keener, who's call sign is now Vanguard. It says here the first wave. He was part of the first wave. The first wave was activated shortly after the initial outbreak and had the responsibility to restore order, but were eventually abandoned and left to die in the Dark Zone. That's where Aaron Keener was like, "Fuck you guys, I'm on my own." Literally.
Yeah. When they abandoned him, he's like, "Fuck this."
I really like that about Division 1. It's like going rogue was like part of the game and part of the story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really cool.
Yeah.
So you have to take on Aaron Keener and his warlords / lieutenants. There's 4 of them. So if this sounds a lot like Destiny 2 Forsaken, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. It sounds a lot like that. I mean, like, that's not a bad base to go off of.
No.
Wait. What? Why does it sound familiar? I
In
missed something.
Forsaken, you had to go after Aldrin and his barons.
Yeah.
And in this, you're going after.
Aaron Keener
Aaron
and his warlords.
Gotcha.
But Forsaken was the best Destiny.
so
2.
not a
Like,
bad comparison.
No, not at all.
No.
That's high praise.
So going off of that, there's 4 warlords. There's also some returning characters. So these 4 warlords I think are all new. So Vivian Conley and Javier Kajika lead the Cleaners, and James Dragov and Theo Parnell lead the Rikers. 2 returning factions.
I was gonna say they're bringing back the factions too.
Yes.
Damn.
It's also
Cleaners were
fun.
my favorite personally.
Yeah,
It's
the
also
cleaners are really cool.
cool is that the Black Tusk is like this private military corporation that's kind of like trying to restore their order to like bring their order to.
Were they in D1?
No,
Okay.
Are
they're
they like the
they're-
post story?
yeah, they're the post story enemies
Ah,
in Division 2.
Yeah,
right,
okay.
right.
So what's cool is that you'll find Black Tusk in New York, and you'll also find remnants of the Last Man Battalion with along their groups.
Okay.
You remember that one from Division 1?
Red Man?
No, the Last Man Battalion,
Oh,
the LMB.
okay. Yeah. Wait, the they're not.
Remnants of the LMB.
I thought they were a big force. What happened to them? They got messed up.
We fucked them up. in
I remember
Division
just blowing up a tank, but that messed up their everything.
1. We fucked
True.
them up in Division 1, man.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Fucked up.
If you guys remember, Fei Lao and Paul Rhodes' return. Fei Lao was your
Fei Lao sounds familiar.
was your handler in Division 1. She like was on the helicopter with you that got shot down, and she has a broken leg.
Yes. Okay. Yep.
And then Paul Rhodes is one of the guys you had to rescue in Division 1.
Okay.
I think you rescued him from the cleaners, something like that. I don't remember exactly.
Sure.
Now I want to play
I remember a
Division
hostage.
1
Was he the
again.
dude who was like strapped to the dude's chest?
Don't think so.
Okay, never mind.
So once you start the expansion, you can't leave New York until you beat the campaign. So you gotta beat all the missions and all that before you can go back to DC or do whatever else you want.
Interesting.
So the level cap is being increased to 40. After 30, after you hit level 40, gear score is gone. So level progression is now level 1 to 30, gear score / world tier to 515 and world tier 5 respectively. If
Okay.
you're following that still, then 31 to 40 is the new progression, and is 40 will be the max level, the normal gear score.
Interesting. How do they measure gear score?
It's like, you know how they measure light in Destiny, kind of like the average of your gear
Yeah.
would be like your gear score,
Your level.
your gear level.
So you could drop level technically if you just.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So you could drop gear score level. You wouldn't want to do that because there'd be no
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
But
yeah.
like gear score has been such like a weird thing in Division 2 where like fuck it, just get rid of it,
Yeah.
like, right, kind of thing.
Okay.
And just go like 31 to 40, max level is 40, and you just grind out for god rolls, kind of thing. So, but the thing is, you cannot get to New York until you've hit level 30 and hit world tier 5. So even if you guys bought the game, you can't level 30, you can't go to the expansion until you've got hit world tier 5.
Which is
How long does that take?
It could take as long as you need it to. Like, it could take like as much as you grind, pretty much.
Okay.
World tier 5, I think, is like gear score. I think you need gear score 500, like 450.
I thought you said if you bought
But
the
if we bought the
expansion.
expansion, we get that token,
Yes,
right?
you buy the expansion, you get a level up token, which will bring you to level 30 and max gear score,
Okay.
which will allow you to access New York.
Okay. Cool.
So in terms of the campaign, it already told us how many missions there are. So there's 5 main missions, and then there's a bunch of side missions. The thing is, all the side missions and main missions are interconnected.
Okay.
So like by sounds like you need to do side missions to unlock main missions, and then like the more main missions you do, the more side missions you unlock to go take down the warlords and eventually Aaron Keener maybe. And along with that, each it says there are improved boss fight mechanics, unique skill mod rewards, and the sticky bomb launcher makes a comeback in 2 ways. If you remember that skill from the first game.
Sticky bomb
Yes.
launcher.
That was
You
one of my
literally just
favorite ones.
Launch a sticky bomb and it'll blow up. You got different modifiers to it.
Make it like electric or freeze or something.
Oh,
or heal.
yeah.
So it's coming back in 2 ways, along with 2 new skills: a decoy, a tripwire trap, and the sticky launcher will become either a sticky bomb launcher. Incendiary sticky bomb launcher or an explosive sticky bomb
Well, we know
launcher.
what Nick's gonna use.
Along with that, there are 4 new zones to explore in Lower Manhattan, the Financial District, 2 bridges, Battery Park, and the Civic Center, and they make up a massive former dark zone that encompasses places like Wall Street and Chinatown.
Oh, cool.
So get to explore places like that. And from
I'm
what
excited for Wall Street.
what I read and heard, it's a 1-to-1 recreation of Lower Manhattan.
Damn.
Yeah, which would be cool because I recently been to New York, so it'd be cool to see all that stuff. Like,
Yeah, you'll be like,
Rebuild.
I've been there before. It was
Yeah.
all messed up.
so now enemy level now scales to player and enemy scale to parties.
Are these the same guys who make Assassin's Creed?
No, Ubisoft publishes it. This is Massive Entertainment
Okay.
that make this game, and then the Ubisoft owned company.
Okay.
So I remember you guys telling you guys earlier in the show that I played with my brother, and enemies scaled up to my level, and he scaled up to my level.
Mhm.
So now enemies scale to the party. So like I'll take an average of the party and scale to that.
Okay.
Cool.
So you guys can't join me and I'll be level 30 effectively and run through everything,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Obviously, sorry. So there's gonna be a fog of like they're gonna add a fog of war to Lower Manhattan. So in past games, you would have your map and you kind of could see everything. In this one, you have to explore the map to like reveal everything.
Sure.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the more you explore, the more you find out. The more secrets you find, the more like stuff you find as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, there'll be new gear, new name sets, and new exotics. And then in the expansion, I don't know if you guys played Division 1 or after like they did a whole bunch of updates, but they added a thing called the field proficiency system. So you would gain XP, and when you hit the level up bar, you would get a crate, and in that crate would be like 3 or 4 items you can get at your level.
I don't think that was around when I played. No.
So that's been the system for Division 2 for a while, but they're getting rid of that and adding an infinite level progression system, much akin to like the Paragon system in Diablo 3 or any other like ARPG that does that.
Okay.
So when you level up, you can add a point. It lets you add a point to one of like 5 categories, which is it's like 4 core attribute categories, which is offense, defense, utility, handling, and 1 scavenging category. So it allows you to put points into like better damage, better defense, heal on
For just like your character overall.
overall, yeah.
Okay.
So like it's
and you just get infinite points.
infinite leveling, yeah.
Damn.
But for the 4 core attributes, you can only level each point like out of the 4 core attributes, there's 4 sub points to it. So there's like in offense, you have like damage, critical chance, and other stuff like that. You can only put 50 points into it. But the scavenging category, the 5th one, you can infinitely upgrade any of those categories under
Okay.
scavenging. So like it's just a way for you like instantly make your character better.
Yeah. So you still feel like you're progressing towards
Yeah.
something.
This. Now they're adding a new difficulty called Legendary. That's just all they're saying right now.
Okay.
It's just a higher difficulty over what they have right now.
Have you played on the highest difficulty?
I think it's challenging, and I get fucked on it. Like it's hard as one person, especially because I don't know what builds there are. Because I kind of stopped
True.
playing for a while,
Yeah.
and I'm picking back up using all my high gear and just trying to like I'm playing around like what special signature weapon I'm using. So right now I'm using the flamethrower. And the flamethrower, you get a special shield wall mod or shield wall version of the shield you push up and you
Yeah.
hold the gun front.
I love that.
So I'm using that with the flamethrower. You can use the flamethrower on the shield wall.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm using that because you're supposed to be
And you protect yourself from the flames coming back at you.
the flames don't hurt you.
Oh, they don't hurt you
Yeah.
anyways. Okay.
So like yeah, because each signature weapon like kind of like goes into a different kind of like class base. Like the minigun and the flame
Minigun.
you get a minigun. I'm not joking. They call it the gun specialization. The minigun and the flamethrower are kind of like tanky-ish. So like the abilities you can get in that weapon tree will make you a little more tanky, as well as the skill mods you can get to your skills.
Yeah.
Whereas like if you go the sniper one or the sniper one is pure damage. So like
Makes
it
sense.
helps you
Yeah.
do more damage. There's one called Technician, which gives you the rocket launcher. It's basically like a healer type of class.
Interesting.
So, but the thing is, like, you can switch between all of them at any time you want. Just go back to the base operations and just pick up a new gun, different gun.
That's cool.
So, like, hey, I don't want to use a flamethrower anymore. Travel back to the boo.
Mhm.
Switch to the
That's what it's
rocket
called.
launcher.
Yep.
And you're good to go.
That's cool.
So yeah, new difficulty called Legendary. They're adding directives and global difficulty. So directives are modifiers you can apply to the missions and open world activities. So they apply to everything. It's not just like, hey, this mission has less ammo and higher health enemies. Like, no, your entire world is like this. So like if
Wait,
you
say
want,
that again.
so directives are modifiers you can apply to any missions
Uh-huh.
and open world activities. Just go to your map,
Oh.
apply the directives, and your world is
So
like
you
that.
can apply modifiers to.
Yes.
Okay.
So it'll
cool,
make
cool.
like any of just like the roaming NPCs
Yeah.
affected, which is cool. Okay.
And then global difficulty changed the difficulty of the game,
Mhm.
obviously. But what's cool is that before you would have your map and things called control points, which you would fight over against enemy faction, and eventually they get taken back over by the enemy. But with this global difficulty is that once you clear it, it's yours forever, unless you change the difficulty of the game, which then resets the entire map.
Oh, because you haven't cleared it on that difficulty.
No, but it doesn't matter. You can go back. You can say if you're playing on normal and like, hey, I cleared the map on normal. I'm gonna go back and go to hard.
Yeah.
You clear it on hard, like, well, that didn't really was too fun for me. And go back to normal. Go back to normal. The map is reset.
Oh, it's still reset. Okay.
It resets.
So it just resets no matter what. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like you can really go to a point, clear on the highest difficulty, reset the map, clear again on high difficulty.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's like that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. There's more.
Oh man, but wait, there's more.
This is actually the worst part of it.
The worst.
They're introducing seasons, which disappoints me so much.
Just because it's called seasons, they might be good. You never know.
Based off how Destiny 2 did seasons, I have no faith.
Why are you basing it off of Destiny?
Because I got no faith.
Okay, fair enough.
It's gonna include seasonal progression, seasonal events, seasonal apparel, leagues, and other seasonal stuff. I wrote crap down here, but I figured I'd say stuff to be professional.
Take your bias out of it a little bit. Yeah.
So every season there will be seasonal manhunts. Every season pits. I'm just reading off what they wrote down because I didn't feel like shortening it. Every season pits players against a new target aided by their local network. The manhunt takes players across a large and varied set of locations in both New York as well as DC, unlocking step by step as targets become available throughout the season.
And you can do this while you're in Manhattan. So it's not like you're stuck while you're in Manhattan.
No, but you
this.
need the Warlords in New York stuff
Yeah.
to be able to get to see it. You need to be level 40.
So can you do these DC activities while you're in the expansion and you can't leave, or no?
What do you mean?
Like you just mentioned that
So
these things will take you across DC.
Yeah,
and
because you need the Warlords in New York expansion
Mm-hmm.
plus hit level 40 and beat the campaign to access any of this stuff.
Oh,
So this
gotcha.
is once you're out of New York.
Okay,
Again.
yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
once you complete
missed
all
that
the
part,
Warlords
yeah,
New
yeah.
York like campaign stuff as well as hit level 40, you get access to the seasonal stuff.
So this is like endgame stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Finishing the manhunt will grant a new unique skill mod used by the target players are tasked with taking down. So it sounds like each target will have a different skill mod you can attach to a skill for that season, which sounds kind of cool, but it depends on what kind of modification.
Sounds
it
very
is.
similar to the Artifact,
Yeah, but
where they're
you would
experimenting with different mods that are only there for the season.
Yeah, but how significant is the modification going to be to the skill that's going to make me want to go
True.
after, right?
Yeah.
And
if it's a really cool thing and then it leaves, that kind of sucks.
yeah. This also further down the line will communicate how players can obtain unique mods of previous season narrative elements have been entwined with Manhunt's story. So it's they're gonna entwine the story of Manhunt's, the gameplay of seasons and live service, rather than what they've been doing with static story missions before. So what Destiny's doing with here's the event and story for the season, and it's gonna be that for this season, and it might be gone next season.
Yeah.
You know who was the first person to do stuff like that? 343 when they made Spartan.
Oh God.
Assault. No,
Spartan Ops.
Spartan Ops.
Oh, that was trash.
It was pretty bad, but I think they
It
were
was
the first
a cool
people.
idea
Yeah.
done wrong.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be a seasons pass or battle pass, whatever you want to call it, a free and premium version, levels 1 to 100 progression after you hit level 40, and that's on top of seasons because that's all they pretty much said.
So after you hit level 40, you can keep leveling up to 100.
That's just
You level up the pass.
the season pass.
Ah.
So okay, so there's gonna so when your level, so let's say you're level 30, max gear score of the base game. Okay, you get Warlords New York, you
Mhm.
beat the campaign, you're now able to leave New York and go wherever you want again.
Okay.
But then you need to hit level 40 to access seasonal content. Okay, as well as once you hit level 40, also you also get access to the infinite progression system. Okay, so following me?
Pretty simple.
Along with that, every season you can grind levels 1 to 100 for that season's pass.
You have to pay for that pass.
There's a free version and a paid version.
Okay.
If it's anything like Destiny, the free version, you'll get a reward one every 5
Yeah.
levels, whereas the premium you get a reward every level
Yeah.
and some better stuff. So
So everything so far sounds great. I'm kind of scorned by the season stuff in Destiny 2.
Good word.
I'm trying not to as hard as I can not bring those biases to Division 2 because they might do it differently and do it better, might do it worse. I'll give it a shot as first season, see if like how it goes. If I don't like it, I'm gonna say fuck off for your season stuff. I'm not paying for it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that. We'll see what happens. Also, by the way, now that more of us have the game, I actually created a clan in the game. So once you guys have access to clans, I'm fucking inviting y'all.
What do we need to do to get access to clans?
I don't remember. Has not been that long.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a narrative moment where it opens it up to you.
Okay.
So
cool.
once you get past that, let me know and I'll invite you because the clan is invite only.
Okay. Are there like rewards for being in a clan, like XP?
I'm
if
sure
you're-
there is. There's gotta be.
There is. I've just never done it
Okay.
because I've never had the reason to do it.
It'd be so boring if there weren't.
True.
Anyways, on to the Dark Zone stuff. So Dark Zone's getting like an overhaul.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really go too much. I can't really find too much information on it, but it's making it so that people focus on PvE don't need to partake in the PvP wellness of the Dark Zone.
That's cool.
So like someone like
Because I thought the Dark Zone was so cool, but I agree. I had the same problem as you.
Mm.
I don't want to run around the Dark Zone and just get one tapped or like
Yeah.
instead deleted by someone. You
so
know.
like if you're into the PvP-ness of the Dark Zone, the lawlessness of it, the chaotic stuff of it, like then that's for you. But it's not for everybody, right? So person like me who's not really into it, but will go into it if I have a group that wants to go into it.
Yeah.
I can avoid it, and I don't need to worry about not getting the best gear.
Yeah.
So like I really enjoy that. Like as much as like I would love a game that's purely PvP, like Anthem was supposed to be. I mean PvE, like Anthem was supposed to be, but it was a complete flop. I don't like it. For me, I don't like when developers split the time between PvE and PvP. I just feel like it's never a good balance. It's like one side gets more than the other, and one side gets screwed over.
Yeah, it's
Like
tough
in,
to
in
balance,
Destiny
yeah.
2 right now, Crucible's getting fucked because of all the other stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the Division 2, the Dark Zone stuff, but I want there to be something for everybody. At the same time, like just give me PvE content, man. Just like let me do what I want to do.
Yeah. Sometimes you become a jack of all trades, master of none when you try and branch off
Yeah.
too many different types
But
of
what's-
gameplay.
What I've always loved about Division 1 and Division 2, Division 1 introduced it later, and I think Division 2 had it from the start, is that you can have loadouts. You literally just like click a button and like loadout 1. It's like, here's my healing set.
Dude,
imagine if
Destiny had that.
I've been asking for so long.
Oh my god.
Loadout
those-
2.
2020, no loadouts.
Right.
Loadout 2,
Sadly.
here's my tanking set, stuff like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is great. So
Oh.
like, if you want to go Dark Zone, Loadout 6, my Dark Zone loadout. Let's go.
Like in Destiny, I'd be like, okay, I'm Titan. This is my bubble loadout. This is
Yeah.
my hammers loadout. This is my like Arc Titan loadout. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you can
Oh.
use Dim technically.
that's
to...
but
yeah.
You're
But
right. It's third party. It's not the
third
same
party.
thing.
It should be in the game,
Yep.
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
It's like there's certain things that should be in the game that are not. Like, what are you doing?
Honestly, on that note, quick like side thing.
Yeah.
Without Dim, Destiny would be like way worse of an experience. Like I just want to
Yeah.
say how important Dim is, and like I've
True.
been meaning to, and I'm talking about it now. I'm gonna donate money to them because they have like a thing. Like I cannot like I get like anxious thinking about having to try and manage my guns without Dim. Having to like load into the tower, pull it from your character, throw it into the vault, switch characters, load back into the tower, open the vault on that character, get the, like
Yeah,
without Dim, it is awful.
especially since we originally started on console. If like load times going to anywhere
Oh
on
my
console,
God,
it'd be
yeah.
like we spent an hour trying to get loadouts done.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, those guys and girls behind Dim are,
I like
are the
these-
unsung heroes.
These Dark Zone things that you mentioned, because go ahead.
So well, there's more to it. They're gonna keep the player count because in Division 2 there's 3 Dark Zones that are smaller than the big one in Division 1, but if you put them together, they kind of make up the same size as the first one, but they're kind of split up to 3. There's no new Dark Zone in the expansion pass. Whether that they're gonna add a Dark Zone later, up to them, no idea. But they did internally test it out with 16 players in Dark Zone. They said it was too much for them to balance.
What is it
out.
currently, like 8?
It's 12.
Okay.
So there's 12 people on Dark Zone at the moment, each the 3. I think it's like 24 in Division 1 because it's a much bigger space. But they may raise it depending on how things go, right? They think like we'll publicly try 14.
I mean, Division 1 also had like zones, but it just wasn't physically like cut off.
Yeah, it was like you'd have to. It was like Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3, Zone 4. Like it was
Yeah.
weird. I can't remember exactly. Voice over IP is on by default, but you can turn it off on your own if you want.
Is
there's
there like proximities chat? Like if
I
someone's
think it's
killing
all.
me,
I think it's all proximity.
and I'd be like,
I
"Hey,
love-
which was-
friendly."
I
Which
love
is-
proximity chat.
What was cool about Division 1? It was all prox chat. Like you'd have to get close to be able to talk to them.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a new
It comes
social.
with good and bad.
Yeah,
not all
there's a
great.
new social menu, and you can see players at 100-meter radius with you, and you also new players. You so wish. In Dark Zone, there's no signature ammo, so signature weapons are useless in Dark Zone. Thank
Mhm.
God. There'll be more ammo crates though, looted around. Clean in Division 2, they actually had like clean loot in the Dark Zone. You remember in Division 1, you had to always extract your loot
Yeah.
to like get decontaminated.
And that's
Well,
usually where a lot of the like killings would happen.
yeah. So now clean loot's all gone. And the Dark Zone gear is also being improved. There's gonna be more extraction zones. There's a thing called the Gray Rogue status. We're not really sure what exactly it was, but it's
Gray
kind of
Rogue.
like, hey, you're gonna go rogue if you keep doing this kind of thing. Maybe sounded like.
Like you're
Maybe.
like a slap on the wrist warning.
Yeah, but now that's being removed.
Okay.
They're gonna do a rogue toggle, which was in they added in D1 towards the end, which you hold a button down and it notifies other players around you, hey, they're going rogue instead of shooting them intentionally, right?
What do you mean?
So like, cause there's a lot of like bugs and glitching with like damaging players to go rogue kind of thing. So now they're bringing a toggle in. So like, I'm gonna hold my, I don't know, fucking K key to go rogue, and it will notify players in the vicinity that, hey, this person's going rogue. You might want to like, be careful.
Okay.
So like, it's a very fast toggle. It's like 300 milliseconds. So it's like you hold down, you've gone rogue, and now people are either gonna hunt you or run away from you.
Okay.
So there's that. And there's also going to be new Dark Zone perks. And that is the end of the Division 2 segment.
Sounds like quite a huge update for the game.
Yeah, and there's all a bunch of whole title update stuff that they're going to bring in with the expansion as well, but that's a lot more to talk about, and probably just like
Bug fixes and
a lot of nuance. I just that's not the big thing, right? This is
Yep.
the big thing,
gotcha.
the expansion.
The Dark Zone stuff sounds interesting. My favorite thing about the Dark Zone was always just going in with like a group of friends and getting loot and trying to get out. I wasn't really like a rogue player.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Remember going with Andre in the Dark Zone, we'd like run around and like go between different zones and try to loot, but we never went rogue. We always fight the rogue people if we had to, but we never went rogue.
Playing PvP with Andre is just not a fun time for me. He would just get so mad, like, and just get so toxic. Someone would kill him. He's, we gotta go back and kill this guy. Like, not like that, but like, fucking Andre, dude. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Fucking Roger.
Anyways, all this is coming up March 3rd, and I've already like pre-ordered the expansion because I'm hyped for it, and March 3rd is not that far away.
No.
No.
So for them to announce expansion and come out so close, I'm like, I'm
just over 2 weeks away.
I'm ready. I'm down for it,
Yeah.
and I hope you guys are.
Well, I'm gonna start
play.
grinding the game. I got a ways to go to catch up to you.
If I'm not saying you should do it, but what you can do is you join a level 30 person, and they help you. They spend like an hour playing with them, and then you hit level 30.
I get that, but I kind of want to enjoy.
Yeah.
I want to enjoy the story
Okay, that's fair.
because I've really enjoyed what they did in Division 1, and if Division 2 is anything like that, I feel like it's gonna be.
Are there like
Fun
phones
playthrough.
and stuff?
yeah, there's still phone stuff like
I
that.
loved that. I loved the world building through
Yeah.
like messages left behind to like piece together what
Mhm.
happened. It was such an immersive and like cool
Yep.
world that they built.
Yeah, there's all the collectible stuff is back.
Nice.
It's cool. There's a whole bunch of like apparel stuff you can get for your character, either through
Fashion
doing
is the
stuff.
end game.
Fashion game.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I already have because I had a character that I played with my brother in the beta or whatever. I already have like buffalo plaid and like
So like, there's all this stuff you can get for your
sunglasses.
character. You can get like trinkets and badges and stuff for your backpack and your shoulder patch. Just a whole bunch of stuff you can get for your character, as well as like the weapon camos and stuff like that. So yeah, it's you can get all that. You can get pay for it, obviously, or you can get for free by either finding it in game through loot drops or doing certain challenges.
Hey, I'll play Division 2 with you if, when we play together, we talk like the people in the trailers at E3 when they showed
oh
off.
god.
What I'm gonna do is that
I'm like kind of
I'm
serious.
just gonna have voice recordings of those people and just plug through my mic, so it makes it sound like I'm doing it, but I'm actually not. Yeah. Anyways, I was saying with like certain challenges to get apparel. There's also hidden challenges in the game to get certain items as well.
Okay.
Question
Cool.
for you. So I was playing for a couple hours on Saturday with my
Okay.
brother and Craig. We were doing just a couple like main missions and side missions, and I killed a yellow bar
Okay.
with the help of them. Only I got loot, and I got a exotic weapon.
Okay.
Was that supposed to happen where only one person gets loot from a boss?
Is it random?
Because they were both very angry with me.
Yeah, that'd be.
It might
Because they
have-
got nothing, and I got this legendary or
it
exotic
might have-
sniper.
You might have gotten very lucky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second question. Because I got the exotic sniper, but I'm like level 13, can I level that up to 30? Or am
There
I
is
shit
a-
out of luck?
There is a way to upgrade guns in the game. I'm not exactly sure. But
Infuse or something.
for like the whole recalibration stuff, I haven't really delved into that very
Okay.
much. But yeah, it's not like you just got lucky.
Okay. Because that's the one thing I hated in Borderlands is if you got like a legendary weapon
There was
like
no way to
partway
bring
through
it
the
up with
story.
you?
No.
At all? Rip.
So it was just that level.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, if you want this, go grind that boss again when you're max
Yep.
level. So I'm hoping because I got this. I
Yeah.
can't remember what it's called, but it's an exotic sniper that does like bonus headshot damage.
I don't
It's
know.
like-
Sounds like my kind of.
It's like a 50 cal or something, and it's like it's sick, and it's got like this awesome digital camo on it and everything. And they were both so mad that I got it, and I was so happy because
Well,
it is
there was-
awesome.
when I was playing with Andre, he was grinding for this SMG called the House or something.
Oh yeah,
I
know
think
the
I think
story.
you know. I don't know if you know,
Yeah.
it, but I was crafting it or like we were grinding for it in the game, and I just happened to get the god roll my first try.
He did he mention it?
Yeah, I think he. Yeah. So, but I
Yeah, Audrey was so pissed. He was grinding that forever.
well, what you can do in what's actually cool in Division, unlike Destiny, you can trade items.
That's right.
So like if you're playing with a party and let's say I'm grinding for a gear set that will give me better tankiness, Brad's grinding for a weapon that'll give him better headshot damage, you're grinding for like I don't know, a
Oh,
piece of
thanks.
item that will give you a heal on kill, right? I get the heal on kill, you get what Brad wants, Brad gets what I want. We can swap around.
And then it finalizes, right?
Yeah.
And then you can't trade after that.
You can trade after that. You
Kind of
have-
like WoW.
Yeah.
When you do like a dungeon, you have like
Yeah.
a 1 hour
Yeah,
to
yeah.
trade with party members
really cool.
only.
You have a certain time to trade. You can only trade with those people, and once the trade is done, you can't trade back.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really cool. I like
It makes
that.
sense though.
Mhm,
Because
it does.
like,
It really does.
it's like if you get this god roll of a weapon that's
And you
not a
don't
build
really
you're not
need
going to
it.
use, it's
Yep.
just wasted, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I gave Andre the house. I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking use it. You take it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm happy to know I was super lucky, and I'm going to make sure to rub it in my brother's face again.
You
today.
should have traded it to them.
I don't even know if I could have. There
Fair.
was no like
Yeah,
prompt
yeah,
to, but
yeah.
at the same
You
time,
kind of have to like go into the inventory and like it'll show like kind of like 2 arrows and like tradable at
Oh,
this
like
certain
swapping,
time
yeah.
and tradable with these players.
it was like it's my first exotic in either. Like I don't think I ever got one in Division 1. I only just did the story.
You could buy one. I remember.
Maybe I bought one. I don't think I ever got one as a drop.
I think they're more rare in Division 1 there in Destiny exotics, and exotics like are fucking plentiful in Destiny compared to
Yeah.
Division.
Yeah, and it was just like you know how sometimes like key items drop and they're also yellow.
Yeah.
So I thought it was that, and I was like, oh, it's probably like a key card. I gotta go like because we were doing one of
No.
those like
You didn't-
public
You
event.
didn't actually
things.
play much Division 1, to be honest.
I just played the story.
Yeah.
I didn't play because the end game when I was playing it was like a buggy, glitchy mess where you
Atrocious
just had
mess,
to
yeah.
you just had to exploit to go, and I was like, this doesn't sound like something I want to do. I finished the story and moved on. Right.
Yeah. But exotics are like a dark orange color.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I was like, oh, that's actually that looks a little different. And I walked over and I was like, did you guys get anything? And they're like, no. And I'm
So,
like,
exotics are named items as well as like they have like an orange, reddish, darkish glow to them.
yeah. I'm gonna look it up while
Yeah.
you're talking. I'm gonna look up the name of it.
That's it for Division 2. I'm really excited for the expansion.
Kind of
less than
want
2
to
weeks.
play. You've done a really good job of
I'm excited for it, man. Like once I
explaining
realized
your
that,
excitement.
like they teased that hey, when the game first came out, like hey, we might go back to New York later on. We don't know yet, but we'll see what happens. But now we're going back to New York, and it's all about Aaron Keener. I'm like, sign me up. So I'm down for it. But yeah. So one more story left for today, then we can move on to the game. Sean linked the article from the Washington Post about
WAPO.
the use of Adderall in esports, what people call the most open secret in esports.
Howdy
So,
boys.
semi-pro Halo player Matthew Mellow Magic Murphy, never heard the guy in my life,
Yep,
to be honest.
never heard of this guy.
Admitted taking Adderall pills and hoping it would aid in becoming a better player, allowing him to play competitively better and practice longer. He said, typically I would be exhausted, tired, and lose motivation after only a couple hours, but with Adderall, I'm able to play better than I ever have up to 12 hours. So, for context, Adderall is usually used to treat patients with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, otherwise known as ADHD. ADHD, Adderall, it allows people with ADHD to like focus better on one thing rather than like jumping around kind of stuff. So like people that use Adderall that don't need it for ADHD are basically have like heightened senses and better reflexes when it comes to like video games kind of thing, right? It has been recently used in competitive gaming to sharpen the player's response time and heighten reflexes. Like I just said, like it sounds like
Apparently, it's a pretty big deal in
It's a-
Overwatch League.
it sounds like a lot of people use it. It's like back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, where every pro sport athlete was on steroids, kind of thing, right? Steroids and coke.
You guys
And,
ever? To continue.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you guys ever get into when you're playing games? Do you ever get into the zone, the flow? Does that make
Like
does that,
YTV zone.
The Zone, like
yeah.
the stream service.
yeah, especially like more in terms of. I guess it can happen in PvE. It definitely can, but like PvP. Do you guys ever like experience, or even when you're like playing? I don't know. Do you ever get that,
Where you just feel like you're like
On?
perfectly. Yeah, I've had that.
Nick? Does
That's
that
for like one game, the next game I'm back to normal.
out of all the genres of games, I think FPS games is like they have the most. It's like all games require you to take in information and process it and execute. Like it's a loop, right?
Yeah,
You're doing it all the time. I think first-person shooters are the ones where you're taking in the most information and making the most decisions. Like it's just a lot of info. Like your bandwidth for FPSs versus
Yeah.
like a MOBA or something.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Because of how fast everything's happening.
yeah. I thought I'd link this article because I just wanted to like ask you guys like, what do you think of this?
well, like
Apparently, okay. Here's the thing. I don't buy. Like it's an open secret. I don't think so many people are on it because that's
well,
just me.
if we go on, from a former Call of Duty World Champion, whatever you want to call of Duty champion, Adam Killisloss says nobody talks about it because everybody's on it. When asked about the use of Adderall,
I don't know who
like,
Killisloth is.
yeah, who cares? He
Agreed.
was asked if he witnessed something personally, and he said, "Yeah, witnessed, yeah, very frequently and a lot. To be honest, it's a major problem." Professional Counter-Strike player Semphis admitted in a YouTube interview that he and his entire
I know who
team
Semphis is.
had taken Adderall while playing in a tournament with a $250,000 purse. Timo Ketsu
Taimu, one of the
Taimu,
best Widow players in the world.
claimed during a live stream session that like 20 players or so in Overwatch League use Adderall. In response to that claim, Jimmy High Distortion Moreno, former Gears of War pro turned Fortnite streamer, that's where the money is,
Very interesting
tweeted-
transition.
Yeah.
tweeted the Gears of War community
I mean, they're
has
both third person.
easily over half the players using it. Move on. Sloss stepped away from esports in part due to the rampant drug use. After Sloss publicly admitted about the drug use, the ESL employed the Esports Integrity Coalition, the ESIC, and began conducting drug tests and started prohibiting the use of Adderall and other drugs that
They
had the
did.
same effect.
Yeah. I followed that story.
They're going to be testing players that will hopefully determine the use of PEDs, performance enhancing drugs, but those who need them through prescription are obviously exempt, right? The other thing is that
But it's so easy to go to
Yes.
my GP and just be like, "Yo, can you prescribe me Adderall, please?" For
also
ADHD?
like Epic Games and Activision Blizzard do not fully prohibit or test the use of Adderall, but they allow those with the prescription for it to use it, but outlaws unauthorized use
Sure.
of prescription drugs.
Yeah.
Riot Games fully bans Adderall and similar substances and PEDs. They didn't say they tested for them or not. Players across all esports are split on the use of it. Whether some believe that it is a link to their success. Others believe that Adderall will not help you beat the best players.
I think it depends on. It's true. I think
Yeah.
there's truth to both those statements actually.
Then in the final quotes of the article, a correction is unlikely come from the players themselves, as Murphy said. Competitors will do whatever it takes to make it big in the esports, myself included. Like
Mhm.
if you're like any athlete, you're gonna do whatever it takes to be the best at that one thing,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't a professional esports player take a PED to make themselves better?
here's
Like as like immoral or illegal or whatever as you might think, like it's what they do. They need to be the best at what they do, and if they believe they need a certain PED to do that, they're going to do that no matter what the cost.
here's my take. One, I think the side effects of misusing the drug are pretty terrible. You can get stuff like serotonin withdrawal, and mess up like your dopamine receptors and all that kind of stuff, and that's not good. But at the same time, people want to use this. I think I'm always like I don't know what you want to call me, but like bit of a transhumanist, I guess. I don't mind that this is being used necessarily, as long as it's like in a safe, controlled environment. It's cool. I think if you want to ban it in a league or something, that's fine as well. But like to me, it doesn't really matter either way. I don't have very strong opinions on it one way or the other. What I do have strong opinions on are the fact that we don't really have like education to talk about, or like no, like if someone is using this kind of stuff and they're like talking to kids about it, like some 11-year-old Fortnite player is like using this stuff, like that's not good, you know. So, but I can appreciate the way that this heightens the game, and I love a good game. I love I like I don't know, I feel like I always have the I'm in it like I'm in it for the game. Better plays, push the game to the limit, that kind of thing. That's how I feel. I would hope that like it doesn't need to be a secret anymore, if it is so widely proliferated as a lot of these people say it is. Like regulate it, do it properly, that kind of thing. What do you guys think?
My take on it is the same as my view on steroids. I think it's trash. I do not think that you should be allowed to use these. I think
How about coffee?
Hmm?
How about coffee?
If there becomes like where there's like scientific proof that like
Well, coffee's a stimulant. It increases your reaction time. It makes you more awake, alert, makes you faster at things. Should you be disqualified for using coffee?
I mean, I would have to probably look at more like science studies to
What,
if
you don't
there's
think
proof.
that's true?
I don't think it. Again, I haven't looked at any studies, but I don't think it would have anything close to the effects of a prescription pill
Sure,
that is designed.
But if there's no detriments to it, what's wrong with it?
To me, and again, like if coffee proves it, then that's a whole other discussion. But I think that like to be the best, you do what you can do with your body, using other things, outside sources, to reach limits that you normally wouldn't. In my eyes, is cheating.
But like athletes eat different than normal people do. Their intake of their nutrition is different. They take their macro goals are entirely
but those
different than.
aren't
But that's not a
drugs.
performance enhancing drug.
Yeah.
I mean, technically it is.
Not
It
necessarily,
enhances
no.
your performance. It's not a drug. You're right.
It's
but
not a drug. It's
you do. I'm not here to like argue like
It's the same way of like if you want to build muscle mass, you then have to eat differently,
exactly
sleep
right.
differently,
You do
and
different
work
things.
out differently. But
Mhm.
you're not taking any drugs to do
But
that.
all that is natural, with no
Sure.
side effects, and it's not like a magic pill that is going to help you. You're just eating.
I don't necessarily
food.
think like I said, I don't buy the fact that this is a magic pill. I think it's an enhancement. You need to supplement like like you said, you can't beat the best. You
But
can't beat
that's
Faker.
what, you said exactly what it's enhancement. It's a performance enhancing drug.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what it's enhancing your abilities, which in a lot of pro sports is completely illegal,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
That's they outlawed that use in baseball a while ago, and anybody caught using that in baseball now is like banned for entire seasons, right?
Mhm.
They completely was like, no, fuck you, get out of here. It's like, who is it? I think it's Barry Bonds, like one of the all-time leaders in home runs and all that, but he's not in the Hall of Fame
He's got asterisks
because
beside
of
his records.
all of the performance-enhancing drugs he used.
You don't buy into like, or you don't. I don't know. At what point do you consider like? For me, it's all about pushing the envelope. Like I want to see, like where the limits of human potential lie.
Exactly, human potential, not factory potential that a pill is made to enhance
I think
it.
it's the same thing.
I think if you open the gate and let pills decide it, then we're gonna get into a whole thing where pills are gonna be designed
Yeah, hell yeah.
for this. And
Absolutely.
We're gonna get,
You
like,
should be on a regime. It should be tailor made to individuals. It should be
that's
to deal with everyone's brain chemistry, right? that will be the proper way to do it,
I
to
do,
regulate
I do
it.
not think that's where
What's wrong
where
with
it
that?
should go, because you're becoming a science experiment instead of just pushing yourself for what you're capable of. You're basically like redesigning what you are by giving yourself these enhancements. It's the same
Every
as like
competitor does that to a degree, don't you think? Don't you think as a competitor you design yourself to be the best at what you compete in?
with what you're capable of doing, not with outside help.
But it's like, if you want to, like, I'm gonna use hockey as an example. Like, if you want to see the best like game you can, that happens naturally over time. So for the NHL, you had players like Gretzky, Lemieux, Bobby Hull, like Brett Hull, all those guys that were played like amazing hockey back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, right? And they were
Mhm.
all the best at their time.
Yeah.
But compared to players nowadays like Crosby, Ovechkin, McDavid, Matthews, all those guys,
Yeah.
but just due to like natural growth of the game and the way
And the way
s-
nutrition works,
the way,
and the way
but that's
sports
not
science
that's not
works.
drugs. That's not drugs.
It means body chemistry.
It's not. You're mixing together factory manufactured drugs
Mhm.
that are meant to enhance your performance over doing things
Over like what?
over eating food, sleeping better, working out. It's
Okay.
different. Like
I agree, it's different.
the way you treat your body
Yeah.
is a lot different than the way you create a body from a drug.
Okay. Fair
Like it's different. Like all these players nowadays got to where they were, the way they worked out, the way they ate, the way they practice. The people that take PEDs got that way because they take PEDs. One way is completely natural, the way you build yourself as a person, the way you build yourself as like the human body, practicing in that sport and becoming a better athlete like that. And the other direction is taking a
What about-
drug
yeah,
to
okay.
become better.
I agree.
One is
They're different.
One's a shortcut, and one is
Sure.
just being being an athlete.
I agree with that. I get the point that you're saying, like one's a shortcut, the other's like it's kind of cheating. What happens when you hit like the top? That's what I'm talking about. Like, how do you go further? You know?
You go to whatever your body can. I don't believe in we need to keep pushing the envelope, and if the human body has hit its limits, that we then need to feed ourselves pills to push it further. If that's the limit, that's the limit. I don't think we need to keep pushing it. And with pills, and I mean this is a whole other debate, but there's already a huge problem with pills, and
Sure.
with the youth just kind of being told, take this pill, you'll feel like, again, I don't want to get into it, it's a whole other topic, but we do not need to be encouraging kids to take more medication, more pills. Like you said, what if an 11-year-old goes, this guy's so good, this 18-year-old won this tournament because he's taking Adderall, and then he
What
wants
if it?
Adderall.
What if it wasn't Adderall? What if it was
like any pill.
Specifically, okay, fair enough.
I do not like the idea of us creating products that we consume that physically enhance us beyond what we can do naturally.
Look, it's different when
Fair enough.
you're prescribed a certain medication to do this thing. Like it says, Adderall is commonly used to treat patients with ADHD. So if an athlete
So you're saying, like, doesn't that give an unfair advantage to people who have ADHD?
no, it doesn't, because like at that point in time, like, hey, I'm prescribed to use this, right?
Fair enough.
It's like
I mean, I could. Fair enough.
It's like when
It comes down to the doctor's discretion, right? Like there might be some people who have an extremely mild case who like, maybe the prescription helps them a little bit, but like the prescription isn't there for the video game. The prescription is there to help them with their lives, help them focus,
But
whether it's
as a
school
side
and
effect,
stuff.
it helps in the video game. You know what I'm saying?
But then you've come into the territory where it's like you ban people who have mental health issues.
So where do you draw that line?
I think you draw it at if they have an issue that has been doctor prescribed, then you allow it.
Okay. So there are.
But then you run the risk,
So there are,
like you
so,
said,
So you're allowed to get help from outside sources.
if you have an underlying health issue.
Okay.
I don't think a physically deemed healthy person should be given drugs to help them in a position where they do not need help.
Then you have to define what's healthy.
Like it's like if you're in a lot of pain, right? And somebody like would give you morphine to feel better. If you're not in pain, I don't need to give you morphine to
It's
feel
like
better.
They give some cancer patients medicinal marijuana, which I believe is a stronger version of like what you can buy marijuana off the streets or whatever, but it's described to them because it
Have
helps
you ever
them.
bought weed off the streets?
Yes, I fucking have. All right, Shamik. I live in Scarborough, for fuck's sakes. I grew up here. Where'd you fucking grow?
Fair enough, dude. I have never been on the streets and went to a dude and be like, "Yo, can you sell me some weed?" All my weed.
Yeah, I just went to
transactions-
some random dude and trash.
That's what I asked you. I buy weed on the streets. You ever bought weed off
I
the
pick my own.
on the streets?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. dude.
Dandelions.
Damn.
Fuck out of here. Anyways,
Make wishes with them. It's great.
it's prescription is different than just like using something you don't need.
Yeah, fair
You
enough.
don't.
Fair enough.
A normal person, not normal, a person who does not need a prescription medication does not need to take that prescription medication.
Yeah, yeah.
As simple as that.
You're right.
They don't need it.
You're right.
So why, like, in my opinion, I don't think PEDs should be allowed in any sport. They should be just completely banned. If you need it as a prescription, that's a totally different rule set because on doctor's orders, I require that this person needs this prescription to function, right? That's different.
And the one risk you run with that is if you ban it, then you're going to have people, like you've said, who are going to be like, hey, I think I have this. Can I have medication? And unfortunately, to me, that's an outcome that you can't control or that the esports can't control. That is something to do with the medical side of it. And,
happens-
maybe doctors give out stuff too easily
Yeah.
if that's the case, but that's not something that an esports org they can't regulate that. That's the health system, and that's something that's got to be handled through the government, and that's an unfortunate thing if people abuse that and lie to their doctors to get medication, but
Yeah.
I cannot get
Fair enough.
behind the idea of
Here's
using meds.
a small tangent, but like a theoretical one. Do you guys know what CRISPR is?
CRISPR?
Yeah.
Like the crackers?
No.
Like the thing where you put your vegetables in the
like the
fridge?
gene splicing tool?
No.
Okay. So CRISPR, a couple years ago, it's this revolutionary gene splicing tool which allows like editing of a genome. Like before CRISPR, you couldn't really edit individual bits of a genome. Now you can. And that like kind of there was like a whole thing of like CRISPR babies. You can choose like your baby's genetic traits and whatever. What happens in the future, in 100 years in the future, when that's a common thing? As a theoretical, you don't have to get too deep into it. I just want to like throw this idea into your head.
I'll be dead by then.
And okay, fair response. So this is to you, Brad.
Sure. You saying I'm going to live longer than Nick?
No, I mean he just said you haven't said you're be dead. If you
Oh,
don't want
okay.
to
I got
interact,
more
that's
time.
cool.
You both do.
So I'm
it's
just wondering
fine.
what happens in a world where certain people are genetically modified to have better focus in certain things. Like what if there's a CRISPR baby meant to play League of Legends? How do you?
I do not support that one bit.
Okay,
I
no,
don't-
but what I'm saying is, you don't support it, but he's there. How do you deal? Like, do you let other people take Adderall to compete?
This is
Do you let him dominate?
If that was the thing and
Yeah.
they came to me
It
for the
will be a
decision,
thing.
I stepped down from my position because I don't want to make that decision.
This is
But,
the
like-
same thing as like sorry, bro. This is the same thing.
Basically,
as,
what
like,
I'm getting at is
is
like
when like it's the whole transgender athlete stuff.
Mhm.
Like when a man competes who's gone for the procedures become a woman or whatever, but then those who competes in women's like events,
Mhm.
they totally destroy all the other women in the
Yeah.
in the course. Like, should that be allowed? Should not be allowed? Like, where do you draw the line? And I don't think that's a question we can answer right now or even
Sure,
years in the
it's
future.
not, I'm not really expecting an answer, but I'm just trying to put out into your like heads like we're at a time and place as competitors, as humans, where we got to start thinking about these things.
If the world evolves where we're editing what our babies become,
It's gonna happen, dude.
that bothers me a lot. I don't like the idea of humans.
Is this the first time you're hearing about CRISPR?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, I know we do that with like fruits and vegetables and like food to
Yeah.
like make them,
Mhm.
more like ripe, but grow in different climates and stuff. Like I know there's a whole bunch of genetic like modifications with DNA and stuff like that, but it just, I don't know. And maybe this is just me being closed-minded or me being a boomer, not
You're a
embracing
Luddite.
what the
That's for sure.
future is. I'm a what?
A Luddite. You know
What's
what a
that?
Luddite
I
is?
do not.
There were a group of people in London who didn't like the printing press.
Oh, okay. Damn paper. But I just, for lack of a better term, I don't like us playing God in that sense. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
It's just,
Fair enough.
I'm all, because it's
I'm not
it's tough
playing
because,
God,
like,
Brad. There's a difference. I am God.
oh, okay. My bad. It's tough because, like, if we could, with DNA, with, like, this crisping thing, and again, this is, like, this could go into, like, a crazy thing.
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
not going to,
I just
like,
wanted this was more
yeah.
of like a. I'm not. It's not like a very serious discussion. I'm just
I'm
like,
not going to, like, rant forever because we have limited time. But, like, if we could fix it where humans wouldn't get cancer, if
Mhm.
we found a way to edit it where, like, if somebody told me, like, if I was
had a
about to have a
gene.
child and they said we can do this, like, whatever procedure thing
Mhm.
with the egg or whatever it is,
Yep.
the embryo, and we can make it so that your baby would grow a life and would be immune to cancer.
Yep.
I would want to do that
right.
because that would ensure
Yeah.
a
Why wouldn't
safe
you?
and healthy life, and
Of
of
course.
all the
Makes
risks we
sense.
have,
Makes
we get rid of
100%
one of
sense,
them,
uh-huh.
right? But
And then what if they told you, hey, you could also choose your baby's eye color. You could also
See,
choose his height.
that's where
You
then
could also choose how good they are
Yeah,
at League of Legends.
because that's where I falter. I'm all for if we can make things better,
Sure.
but I am not for like
Making decisions.
designing or
Uh,
creating. Like I don't want to
Designer
turn
babies.
yeah, I don't want to turn humans into like creations.
Fair enough.
I mean, they are.
I mean,
like, we are creating
As you
people,
grow
but you know
older,
what I mean?
you create yourself. You create an identity for
yeah,
yourself.
but
You
I don't want to like. I don't want having a kid to be like
You
starting an
pawn it off
RPG
onto someone else.
and
Okay.
making a character. You know what I mean? Like,
Gotcha.
you know what I mean? Like, I am all for.
Oh my God.
I am all for helping them have a better life, but I'm not going to be like, I want them to have this nose.
Yeah,
I want them to have these eyes.
That's fair. That's not really a
I
decision for
want
you to
them
make.
to have this like muscle mass, and
Mhm.
like to me, that's humans shouldn't enter that. I
Fair
don't
enough.
think that we
Wouldn't
should
you?
get to
Wouldn't
that.
you want them to be stronger than the average person or faster than the average person?
train?
Okay, fair enough. Fair
Train.
enough.
Go
Okay.
to the gym. Work hard.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I don't know. It's just
Like it gives your kid a better chance at survival.
it's creepy, and I don't.
It is creepy.
I do not like. I hope that I am dead long before humanity figures out how to do this, because I don't want to be in a world with this kind of stuff.
Fair enough.
But you know what's not creepy?
What's that?
When I create a game, we play on the show.
True. Good transition, Nick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hit me up.
So I want to get into that.
Okay,
Let's
let's
do
do
it.
it.
I'm
It's
So we're
excited.
supposed to play.
been a while since we played.
So
I still got my belt though.
You didn't I win it and then you took it back?
I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
didn't.
just
win
feel
it
like
once.
I've won it a lot, so I just
Yeah, you,
So-
I have the belt.
you took it back though.
It's been a while since I've done one of these, and I figured it'd be about time I bring it back because I've wanted to do one for a while. So I created a new one. So I'm gonna list off. So you guys need something to write something down with, your phone or a pencil paper. It doesn't matter.
Pencil paper. Psh.
Nick, it's 2020.
I am going to list off several games. All right,
Okay.
one by one. One by one. Thing is, each you will have to name the developer of each game. Now, some of these games have multiple developers, which means that you get more points on those games.
Developers, not publishers.
Developers, not publishers.
Okay.
No publishers, just
I'm
developers.
just kidding. I like writing by hand more
Okay.
than pen.
And then after I go through them all, and you guys have all your answers. I will
Ugh.
tally up the points, and we'll know who's the new champion.
I vaguely understood the rules. Let's go.
Basically, I'm gonna list the game off, and I'll tell you how many developers that have worked on the game, and
You have to name them.
Name them.
Okay.
We're gonna start off simple.
Okay.
Mass Effect.
That's the first game.
That's the first game.
Okay. Question: do we need to know like which location?
No.
So am I. I just have
I
for
just need them to write down.
for the camera to see. I just have Google Keep. So.
Yep, me too.
This guy's got like 3 tabs in Chrome open.
All right.
Hold on. So that was question 1. I forgot to put
Yeah,
1.
I'm just gonna.
And yeah. Okay.
Good idea, actually. I'll do that too.
League of Legends, 1 developer.
You didn't tell me how many developers Mass Effect had.
1.
I
Okay.
just think it'd be pretty. Sorry about that. But it has 1 developer. All
Just
right.
one person? Damn.
Resistance, Fall of Man, 1 developer.
Oh shit. Oh my god. Fuck, who made?
So that's to test you guys' knowledge of who made games.
Oh my god, I own this game too. Is it them? No.
You got your answer down, Shamik?
Google.com. All right,
Yeah.
next.
.com. We're Canadian.
Let's
.ca.
wait till Brad
Give me a sec.
gets it.
Oh my god, I'm so mad that I don't. Okay, I'm gonna make a guess. I think I'm wrong though.
Okay. Number 4, 1 developer, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Shit.
Stupid PlayStation games.
Shit. I should know this, but I forget. Why couldn't you wait till next week when I played the game so I've seen the logo pop up every time I boot it up? I'm still downloading it, Nick. I haven't seen the logo yet.
If you could pick games specifically from the years
We even
2007 to 2011,
a
that'd
few
be
months
great.
ago, we even talked about this like team expanding their building.
All my games are from that. Well, actually, that's a lie.
I didn't write anything, but if I remember later, I can still write it down before it's over.
Sure.
Okay.
All right, moving on. Number 5, Fire Emblem, 3 houses, 2 developers. This is the fucking face Brad's making. It's great.
What's your excuse on this one, Bradley? I haven't booted it up. I haven't loading screen ever. You probably have 3 hours in there.
Oh, no, I only did one playthrough, so I only have like 75. Only.
Close enough.
Fuck.
6.
Yeah, do 6 for now. Shit.
All right. 1 developer, Mario Tennis Aces.
Oh, I know this.
Good, Sean?
Yep.
All right. 3 developers,
Holy fuck.
Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Let me know when y'all are ready for the next one.
That was the one right before World War II, right?
Yes, this was after Ghosts. This is when they introduced a new main developer for the
Yeah.
games. For like 2 games, and that's it.
I'm good.
You want to move on, Brad?
Yep.
All right. 1 developer, Luigi's Mansion 3.
God, I'm getting my ass kicked this game. I'm actually getting my ass handed to me this game.
Nope.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry.
All right.
Yours all blank.
No.
Okay.
0 blank.
Next one, 2 developers, Destiny.
Which part of Destiny?
Destiny.
Like 1?
Destiny 1.
Destiny 1. Okay.
Destiny 1. Then I said Destiny 2. I said Destiny.
Fuck else worked on Destiny?
It's that studio that they go out to sometimes. I don't know their name.
Yeah, but they did that in Destiny 2. I don't know if they did that in D1.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Hold on, I gotta count the number of the next one because I forget how much there were.
I'm actually getting fucking wrecked.
Me too.
All right. Final one.
Mm-hmm.
Halo, the Master Chief Collection. 8 developers. Just goes to show why it launched like such a messy state.
Okay. I want to say this. I don't know if it's right.
This also includes the developer, the help of the PC version.
Yeah. I have 3 of 8. Okay. Can we go through what 4, 5, and 8 are again? Because I left those blank.
4, 5, and
Horizon, Fire Emblem, 4, 5, and 8.
And 8's Luigi's Mansion, right?
3.
Yeah.
Fuck. What What is Horizon's freaking company? Oh my god! Like I actually am angry. I don't know this.
I think their engine is named after them, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I know.
They use the Decima engine.
Mm.
Same engine used for Death Stranding.
Okay, what is Fire Emblem? How do I not know what Fire? I literally gave this game Game of the Year, and I don't even know who developed it. I'm actually boosted.
I'll give you...
No hints. Hints is cheating.
No, I'll give you time.
Oh, okay, good. I don't like hints.
Okay. You have 1 minute.
See, that's a worse spot to be in. I'm
What?
glad I'm where I'm at and not where you're at.
What?
You know the information and you can't recall it.
Yeah.
I just don't know anything, and that's
like,
fine with
they
me.
made all of the freaking stupid Advance War games too. Like I know this freaking company name, and it's frustrating me that I forget.
Oh wait, who made Advance Wars?
40
It's
seconds.
the same people who made Fire Emblem. And they're all the same developer. And it's driving me mad that I can't remember. And a name keeps coming to my head, but it's not the right name.
25 seconds.
Luigi's Mansion. There's no way I'm getting that one.
Luigi's Mansion is a Canadian developer. By the
I'm
way.
ready.
Fuck it, I'm not gonna remember.
All right. You got 10 seconds, Red. Come on.
My brain just keeps going to Crystal Dynamics, who made Tomb Raider. So I don't. It's a C. It's probably a C because my brain keeps going there. But we'll see. I can't remember. I'm
Alright.
angry with myself.
Time is up, and
I'm
we are now
sorry.
going to start scoring. So, who made Mass Effect?
BioWare.
Yep.
You're written down too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What if I just said yes? I didn't have that.
Who made League of Legends, Shamik?
Riot Games.
All right, Brad.
Riot Games.
Okay. Who made Resistance Fall of Man, Shamik?
Insomniac.
Insomniac.
All right.
It was
Really?
Insomniac. I was so
That
worried
was
I was
such
gonna
a.
be wrong.
That's the
Doing this
only
so
PlayStation
wrong.
developer I know, and
Yeah.
I was trolling. I was
I was
memeing.
like, yo, is it Insomniac? I'm like, I feel like it is,
I was
but I'm not
joking
100%
there.
sure.
Hello.
So, after the first 3 questions, y'all tied at 3.
Hey,
Who made Horizon Zero Dawn, Shamik?
Mountain Games.
Nope.
Gorilla.
Yes.
I just
Ah.
remembered that.
That was close.
Who made Fire Emblem Three Houses, guys?
I'm so mad.
Nintendo. And
Nintendo published it.
okay. And Emblem Studios.
No.
Emblem Studios.
Intelligent Systems and Koei Tecmo.
Intelligent Systems. It wasn't even a C. Oh, I'm so angry
So
at
y'all
myself.
got nothing on
yeah,
that.
I got a big old goose egg.
Who made Mario Tennis Aces?
Camelot.
Nintendo.
No, not Nintendo. Camelot. Brad's
Camelot.
right. So 5-3 so far. 3 developers on Advanced Warfare. Who are the 3?
Sledgehammer, Activision, and Infinity Ward.
You got Sledgehammer.
Nice. One out
I
of 3.
only put Sledgehammer.
You got one of them.
I couldn't remember what the fourth
So-
studio was that they made.
Raven Software
Raven, that's it.
helped make the
Yep.
DLC and Zombies, and High Moon Studios developed the 360 and PS3 versions of the game.
I didn't know about Heine, but Raven, that was the one I couldn't remember.
Luigi's Mansion 3.
I put nothing.
Nintendo.
No.
This guy just keeps putting the publisher.
Made by Next Level Games, based in Vancouver.
Oh, that's what I said. See, it's right there. 8 next level games.
No, it's actually blank.
Damn it,
Who made Destiny?
Bungie.
Bungie.
And who else?
I don't know.
Other studio.
Radical Entertainment assisted development along Destiny 1.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would never have guessed that.
The big one, boys.
I put 3.
Who developed Halo Master Chief Collection? There are 8 possible points here.
You first.
Okay, how many did you put?
2.
Okay, so I put 343,
Okay, that's 1.
Blur,
That's 2.
and Bungie.
That's 3.
Okay.
Wow. I put 343 in Starlink.
Starlink is not one of them.
I know.
So, to go on down the list of who made MCC, 343
Wait.
Industries did Halo
Continue.
Halo 4, put the collection together,
Mm-hmm.
as well as all the other stuff around it. Bungie did Reach 1, 2, and ODST.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Then along with the development of MCC was Blur Studios, Saber Interactive, Certain Infinity, United Front Games, Ruffian Games, and Splash Damage.
Splash Damage.
Saber and Splash Damage, I know. The other
So-
three I wouldn't have.
Total score for Brad, 9. Shamek, 5.
Close.
Brad
Close.
still reigning champion.
Close.
I'm so mad I didn't get the Fire Emblem one. And I barely got Gorilla.
Yeah.
I was sitting there like, oh my god, I can't think of it. I can't think of it. And then last second, Gorilla just jumped at me.
Good game.
Goddamn. That was good.
Good game.
Obviously shows I need to pay more attention to developers.
Sure. I agree.
I like how half your answers were Nintendo, Activision, Nintendo.
Dude, I don't know.
What's the fuck? Are those the sleeper stuff in chat there, Ethan?
Oh,
That was Nevin? Okay.
during the Adderall stuff. We gotta start eating Gene's place. It's just
Yeah.
like, what is this argument?
Yeah.
I
All
don't
right.
understand. But
Yeah.
it's-
All right. I think that's it for today.
I'm tired and I have to go to the gym.
Same.
When are you going?
Literally after this, because
Oh.
then I have a family
I
dinner.
might see you in a bit.
Okay.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. It's been myself, Nick, and Brad, along with producer, right? He's a producer. Producer Ethan. You can catch us on Instagram and Twitter at 3Play Podcast. Proddy, yeah. Check us out. Hit us up. With much peace and love, 3 can play out.